Yeah. Um, Great. I'm just gonna run grab a. Is this on now? I gotta go get my headphones. All right.
Let me unmute myself. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Newsboyz. We had a little boomer issue there at the top, which is normal for us. We're gonna always have these fucking boomer issues. We're boomeranging. Pugfet, thank you. Let me see if I can clean this up while we're getting ready. I am very glad to have you guys in. Let me put chat box up on top. Let's control the chaos. Oop, oop. Hang on. Controlling there. Yeah, cleaning. Hadouken! What's up? Thanks for following Moore's Rev. Zach, you are a Twitch pro. Dude, I'm telling you now, I am getting better and better at this fucking Twitch game. 3 weeks ago, I was a Twitch bitch. I was doing everything wrong. I was having panic attacks. Now look at me, guys. I'm playing fucking music. I've got fucking art coming up that I can just do. I can push a button and it'll go to the art. Look at that. Cool. That's cool. I've got sounds and sights coming up. It's all fucking happening. All right. It's been great seeing you on Twitch, Super Dragon. There's a lot to get into. I see some of you guys talking about, Zach, the music choice could use some work. Hey, go fuck yourself and go listen to something else. That was of Montreal. They're a great band. That's a good song. I'm not trying to hear any fucking bullshit about it. Daniel Day Jewish wants to get down. What up, dude? Are we going to talk about news? Yeah, we're going to talk about news. We're not going to talk about sketches. We're not going to do sketch commentary, so you guys got to fucking not throw out sketch names, because tomorrow is Self-Suck Saturday with all of the whitest kids, and that is when we will do some sketch talk. It is so great to see you, D-Nat. Is it cool that Newsboyz, baby? Is it cool that I have the chat now on the stream? Is that fucking annoying, or do we like it? I don't quite know. I don't want to shrink it too much. I love you too. It's dope. I like it. It's fine. It's great. It's fine. It's annoying. It sucks. You suck. You're great. You're wonderful. You fucking blow. All of it. It's all here. It's exciting. Yo, Lord Vredesberg donated $10. Thank you, Lord Vredesberg. Oh, that's my friend Steven. I know who that is. So we're updating some shit. Like, we got our donations finally to show up on the screen. If you've donated in the past and it hasn't shown up, I sincerely apologize. That's on me. That's my boomer shit taking over. Okay? Chimney, donkey, dick, chimney. Fuck yeah, dude. Look at you. Fucking, you're great.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Love it. So I was just saying to the people that we now have our donations hooked up through stream, right? So when you donate, it'll show up. And Trevor, you don't know this. Someone donated $400 to us. Can you hear me? I can't hear you now. And I didn't have the shit hooked up. Stankenstein, thanks, buddy. I didn't have it hooked up, so we didn't thank them. We didn't acknowledge it. Somebody donated fucking 400, 4 Benjamins.
Well, who are they?
And I'm gonna dig into my thing here, and I'm gonna find out, and I'm gonna thank them. I'm gonna dig into.
Well, I want to say thanks to everybody who's donated at all, especially that 400 guy. And I'm sorry we didn't.
It was a gal, and she was
gal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that we didn't say thank you, but we mean thank you.
And we're working to make it right. And again, Trevor, you want to explain while I'm looking at this what all the money goes towards?
It's going to this movie. Someone says I'm booming. Is that very loud? Am I loud? Does that mean?
I can turn you down.
Yeah. We are. We're trying to get money together for. We wrote this movie. We've been writing it pretty much since we stopped doing the show. And we finished it a couple years ago, and we love it. It's our favorite thing that we've written. Well, it's my favorite thing.
It's mine too, but Sam was like, yeah. I don't want to say that. I'm like, all right, well.
Yeah. You know. Don't say Sam's name or he'll call in.
Yeah, he will pull a Sam and interrupt Newsboyz.
Someone says can't hear Trevor. Turn Trevor back up.
Let me turn Trevor back up.
All right.
It's always a little bit of coordination at the top.
So we wrote this movie. Zach and I love it, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna animate it. It's gonna be an animated movie, which is great because we would never be able to do this movie otherwise because it's such a ridiculous the budget for this movie would be like $300 million if we tried to do it the right if we tried to do it not animated.
Which was our goal for a little while.
Yeah, we were like, someone will give us $300 million to do this movie. Maybe they'll have never watched Miss March, and they won't.
It's funny because somebody asked, "Is it going to tank like Miss March tanked?" Fuck you, dude.
No,
You're banned.
No.
And no,
You're
it won't.
And that's the other nice thing is because Timmy's lost a ton of weight. I just saw in the chat someone said, so here's the thing: Timmy lost a bunch of weight. But when we animate him, he can still be a big fat guy.
Oh yeah, he won't have lost weight in this movie.
No, we're gonna make him fatter than ever in this movie. You think you've seen Fat Timmy? Not at all. Wait till you see what we draw.
Oh my god. I'm legit excited about that part of it. Just animating Timmy, I think, will probably be my favorite part.
Yeah. And so the good thing is, everyone's been so like awesome to us. We started this because we were like, well, we didn't want to take it to we didn't want to take it anywhere and try to make it because we read the script and they were like, well, no one is going to do this. They'll heavily censor it or they'll do something like that. It won't be the movie that we wanted. So then we were like, well, and we figured out, and we were like, I think we could actually pull this off. And we've only been doing this, we've only been on Twitch for less than a month. And we've only been doing the YouTube channel for maybe 3 months. And we already, I think, we've gotten to a point where we're actually going to get somebody to make the animatics for the whole movie now.
Yeah.
So that'll be really cool. And when we get that, we'll show you
we'll keep everyone involved in the process, right? This is about all of us making this movie, ideally.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Welcome to Newsboyz.
Welcome to Newsboyz, where we talk about all of the most important news of the week.
We've got some people who made some great theme songs for us.
Yeah, dude. And now here's the problem, though, Trevor. And Hype Train is at 7:12. Look at us, fucking going nuts. So, do you know what I've been doing with the Hype Train while I've been playing my game? Is when the Hype Train hits the max, which is for me, I guess I thought the max was level 5, 500%, but we've just blown through that. I have to call someone and do something that's not easy to do. So I had to call my mom and say, Mom, my Hype Train just hit level 5, and then hang up on her. I had to call Sam and sincerely ask him if I could suck his dick.
That's nice.
Which he was immediately down for. I had to call Timmy and sincerely ask him if today, while he was at work, if I could eat out his ass, which he was totally down for. So I think we should give ourselves a Hype Train goal and a consequence.
I think of everyone, if anyone in Whitey's Kids was going to call and be like, can I suck your dick? I think everyone would most likely say yes to you.
Do you think so? Because you think I would be the best at blowing a man?
No, but you have no facial hair.
Really? That's the qualifier?
Yeah, I think that'd be weird. I don't know. That could just be me though. It could, but different folks. Some people might like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So are we going to talk about news?
Yeah, we're going to talk about some news for sure.
Should we? What is the chat saying? Oh, someone subscribed with Prime. Thank you very much.
Okay, well So I've got this little thing open here. So let me do this. Let me thank some people real fast because we got to keep up on this for the night. Lol, go cry about it. Subscribe with Prime. Thank you. Destin cheered. The Comat subbed. Local Crack. Rayo Studios. GC Vex. Minimum Entropy. Gore Forest. Rude Nate gifted a ton of people some fucking Prime. That's awesome. Wow. R Simpson. Pug Fat. Virgin Swag donated $3. Fucking handy. Meadows Hand, Swordy Swallow, Lunar Elephant. Lunar Elephant, we gotta talk. We talked offline, we'll talk again. Roscoe17, Schwartzy. Dude, I could do this forever. This is amazing. Ball Fuzz. Okay. Stankenstein, Virgin Swag, Morse P. You guys are gifting like fucking legends. It's fantastic. Legion Italia. Awesome. All right.
Stavros just said in the chat that he took a fat dab.
Well, Godspeed, Stavros. Rampant Stag just wants to get down. Mr. Big C is subscribing. You know what we really should do is we need to put like a sub goal on the screen so we can like have a new sub goal for every session. TD Kenyon fucking coming through with the Prime. Xanax reminder, Mr. Big C. Okay, I'm going to take a break on thanking everyone. We'll do some shit and I'll do another thank chunk later. But we fucking appreciate the hell out of you guys.
Is there a way that so when people donate, does it go onto a list? Because I have anxiety about missing people's names as we're talking.
Yeah. So how this is working, and by the way, all you guys who like know everything about Twitch, like, sorry for the boomer moment here, but like, I have a browser up on my iPad now that's like keeps a list of all the subs and donations coming through here. So we can let it, if we miss some on the stream, that's what I just did right now as I went through and like tagged everyone we missed. So like every 20 minutes we just got to go through and like dude, Lord Redisbeard, I'm pronouncing it wrong. He just donated $50. So Steven, I know that's you. Fucking thank you, man. Also, that guy has helped me set up all this shit. So he's anti-boomering me. So that we all can thank him. Anyway, let's get into the fucking news.
Okay. Well, should we listen to theme songs first? Can we do that?
Yeah.
I'm excited. We got a lot of good Buckerson and Myers art and stuff.
But the theme song, so we still, the boomeranging continues because we can't fucking share audio through Discord on a Mac. Because I guess Discord and Mac are fighting.
Okay. Well, there is a great, there's a bunch of, if you go to our subreddit, which is subreddit WKUK.
r/WKUK.
Yeah, there's a bunch of really great. So we can't show the Newsboyz theme song because someone.
Well, you know what we could do if you want to send me a Zoom. I could throw the Zoom up and you could do it over the Zoom.
Okay, let me do that.
And that'll work.
I'll send you a Zoom right now.
All right. Yo, somebody said we should talk about the Vietnamese recycled condom scandal. Which do you know about this?
I don't. I did not watch the news.
I don't really know much about it, but I'm gonna see what I can find right now. I know that there's like I heard something. Recycled. Yo, when you type Vietnam R, it says Vietnam recycled condoms. Police raid in Vietnam finds more than 300,000 used condoms being packed for resale, dude.
How much cheaper could that possibly be? Like it seems like the ordeal of repacking them, and then who wants to do that? How do you find that many used condoms?
How do you hire these people? Who's like, yeah, I'll fucking do it. Yeah, use condoms. Your job. What is the job really? Do you just take all these dirty? Where are they getting the dirty condoms?
That's what I was just saying. I don't know where you get all the used condoms. That sounds like a bullshit
story. Are they going down an assembly line and people with masks are just like rinsing them out and drying them off and putting them in the pile? I mean. What the hell?
That sounds like fake news.
Well, let's see. What is my source here? CBS News, New York Times, CNN. Dude,
those are all the biggest fake newsers. Those are all the biggest fake newsers.
No, dude. You think New York Times is big fake news? Do you really think that?
No, I don't really have any opinions on anything. I just kind of say whatever I hear.
Yeah.
That's my trick. That's my trick. All right, hold on. So. All right, I just sent you a Zoom.
All right, hang on. Let me get my shit together here. Joining Zoom. Launching. This is going to choke our bandwidth, isn't it? I'm like streaming OBS. I'm joining a Zoom with you.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be great.
All right, I'm going to throw this over your face, or I'll throw it over mine. All right, go ahead. Let me in.
I admitted you. Now in the chat, I'm giving you a link. Sending it.
Okay. Oh, I gotta. Oh man, this is brutal.
Yeah.
Let me mute you in Discord because you're coming in twice now.
Look at us. No, just mute your Zoom. Oh no, you need your Zoom on.
Yeah, we need the Zoom on.
Okay.
Hold on, dude. Okay. Slowly but surely. Here we go. All right, share it.
I did. I sent it to you.
Oh, what do you mean you sent it to me? Oh, in the chat?
Yeah,
there's screen share. The whole thing is for you to screen share it, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. All right, here we go. This is going to be worth it, everybody.
I hope so.
Share. Great.
Play that.
Hold on. Loud.
I hear nothing, man. I hear no audio.
Let me do it again. Sometimes I have to do it twice.
You know what, dude? I'm gonna quit Discord. Let's just stay on the Zoom. Discord's done.
Okay.
They're learning. Oh my god, we're getting called boomers so fucking hard right now.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think they're saying it in an endearing way. Are you ready?
No, not yet. Hang on. I gotta go into my display capture. I gotta like transform, fit to screen. See, I'm not that much of a boomer if I can fix this. Oh, it's a display capture, so that doesn't fucking work. Oh my god. Hang on, Trevor. All right, go ahead, play it.
All right, here we go.
Newsboyz, giving you the Newsboyz. Dubbing on this paper, cause we giving you the Newsboyz, give us all the Newsboyz. Gonna be sorry if it's done on informed assumptions. Newsboyz, who you gonna go for? Newsboyz, better watch out for the Newsboyz. Cool boys, gonna have only the Newsboyz, yeah, the all leaders.
So that's pretty cool.
I'm pretty into that.
Yeah, I like how it sounds. My only complaint about it would be that it has all the other guys. Those guys aren't Newsboyz.
I'm into it though. Oh, so now it's doing this fucking thing. Hang on, let me full screen this shit. Yeah, that's my beef too. Let's get rid of all the other dudes. Newsboyz is just you and me. All right, that's understood.
As much as Sam wants to be a part of it and keeps calling in, it's just Zach and I.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Newsboyz. And then every now and then we'll interview people. Like, it'd be nice to have Darren on the show.
He would be such a breath of fresh air to have him on.
He would be great.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Here's another picture.
Cool.
Someone drew. All right, here we go.
How come chat box is gone when this is full screen? Why is that the case?
See?
Whoa, look at that. Fuck yeah. And look at my shirt is cool.
It says Banned for Life.
Banned for life. I'm into that.
Yeah, you've got like a satanic shirt on.
And they kind of drew me semi-buff, which I'm totally not. I appreciate it. Dig it. You've got kind of you've got like a Skeet Ulrich sort of a vibe going on with your face there, dude.
Yeah, they drew you kind of tough, but also like you have two of the same type of arm.
What do you mean?
Like your arms go the same way. Like it looks like you have two left arms.
No, dude. Look, one hand is I don't.
Okay, I guess you're right. It's a good drawing.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. All right, let me see what else. If you see any more Newsboyz stuff.
Punk fucking rock. Why is Zach associated with pentagrams? Because I wore a pentagram shirt the other day when I was playing Dark Souls on Twitch.
Because Zach loves the devil.
Yeah, I'm kind of into that sort of shit.
All right, here's another one. Someone made this. Which
Ooh. Yeah.
It says, "Why is the WK still at large?"
All right, cool.
And then it says Sam Brown reward.
I just don't want Sam's name on this. You know what I mean? Like at all.
Associated.
I think I'm gonna veto it. It's nice that someone made it, but I think I gotta.
We've worked hard. We've worked hard to minimize our association with him, and
it's true.
Now he's really gonna call in. Cool. All right. So now should we get into news?
I'm down to get into news. I think that's a good idea. Let me make sure everything's okay with this stream. All right. I feel like you guys need to just ditch. All right. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, no, people are being mean. Yep, everything's going as planned.
People are being mean?
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna grab another battery and then we'll jump into the news. I have not paid attention to the news, although I did hear that they just picked somebody to be the new Supreme Court.
I think he hasn't technically done it, but I think he's going to. Let me check. Yes, he selected Amy Coney Barrett to fill Ginsburg's seat on the Supreme Court. All right. So yeah, he selected Amy Coney Barrett.
Oh.
Okay.
Who's she?
Is very, very conservative. I think that this is a legit threat to Roe v. Wade. And I guess it comes down to like, do they want to repeal Roe v. Wade for real? People are saying she's fucking nuts. She sounds cool. She's a hardcore Christian. That's right.
I thought I saw a picture of her. That's all I saw today, and she looked pretty.
Sure, she's an attractive lady.
Yeah.
Let her in. What else do we need?
I don't know.
So do you know about this? So there's the idea that if Mitch McConnell, if he fucking shoves this through, then people are urging the Democrats to expand the court, assuming that they take full power, next year. Do you know how that would work?
Nope.
So the idea of expanding the court, the Supreme Court didn't used to be, what is it right now? It's 12, right? Or is it 9? This is the level of informed that we are.
It's
what?
9.
It's 9?
It's 9.
It didn't always used to be 9, right? It gets expanded throughout history when like one aggrieved party, gets their way. And 9 used to be 5. Thank you, Schwartzy. Schwartzy knows what's up. So the idea is like we might not be able to pull if they stack it with conservatives, they being the Republicans. The Democrats could add a new seat to try and like dilute the conservative edge of the Supreme Court. But that creates many, many problems because if you start setting a precedent where you're just expanding the court, then it can be done against you, and we're
seems like everyone's gonna then you'll end up with a huge court. They should be cutting people away. They should it should get down to one judge.
Some people think we should do away with the Supreme Court altogether.
Yeah, and
just like the Electoral College, like it's not doing anything for us.
I've said this many times before, but I think what they should do is
set term limits. Yes.
Program all of our laws into a computer and let the computer basically run everything. Like try to get one of those AI computers and then just like program all the laws, let it, like those Boston Dynamic dogs,
sure,
like just have a whole army of those so that it can like, it could, enforce itself and then let that run everything.
So the computer will be a computer that will enforce the laws as a giant robotic dog? Is that what you just said? Did I hear you?
No.
Right?
You know those Boston Dynamics, those little dogs they have that run around, those robotic dogs?
Those will enforce the laws?
Yeah, you put strap guns on them or something, and then like have them all work for the big computer that knows everything. And then
see, in my mind, I thought you were saying something a little bit more metal than that, which was that the computer that would enforce the law would be one gigantic robotic dog, which actually
that sounds very cool too. That sounds very cool. I mean, even if it went bad, like and it was like a dictator giant robot dog, and you would be sad because you're like, well, I'm living in like an authoritarian dictatorship, but at the same time you'd be like, but it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I am living in a pretty cool part of time.
Yeah. I'm like running through the subway, through the sewers with like a makeshift machine gun with my friends, and we're like popping out and shooting at the dog and like popping back down. That's rad. Yeah.
My good friend just got murdered to death by a machine gun robotic dog, but like I can't think of a cooler way to go.
I mean, if you're gonna live in a horrific dystopian future, you could do a lot better than the one we're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this one is just sort of boring,
and it's also just so stupid.
This reality is just very boring, and then lightly scary.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's just like a little uneasy. Like you're sitting at home all day, which sucks. And then when you go to get your mail, you're like, oh, I hope I didn't get a germ that'll kill me. Yeah. That's like what this is. This sucks.
Yeah. What else? What else is in the news? I tell you this, I've been getting a lot of comments from Argentina. I know that we have fans in Argentina, which I think is super cool.
Yeah.
Argentine politician suck a tit during live Zoom Congress session. Did you hear about this?
No, that happened?
Yeah, apparently. And I don't know anything about it, so let's learn about it together. But
was it a consensual tit suck?
Yeah.
Oh, then great. I'm for this guy.
Yeah, a lawmaker suspended after kissing woman's breast during virtual meeting. Wait a minute. It wasn't. I'm looking at it now, dude. It wasn't even like her bare breast. She was sitting in his lap and he kissed her chest over her shirt. Isn't South America supposed to be like the land of just like free nudity? And doesn't like Brazilian TV, it's like porn for kids? What?
Isn't South America the land of titty sucking?
Yeah, right? Isn't that what they do down there? I don't know how this works. I thought they were way fucking more loose. And this guy quoted himself. He said, "I'm very ashamed." An Argentine lawmaker. Am I saying that right? Argentine lawmaker suspended. Wow.
I think he should be
Dickhead.
free.
Why are you
I think
ashamed?
they should free him.
I'm very ashamed.
Can we watch the video?
Huh?
Can we watch the video?
That's a good call.
Are we allowed to do that? Also, someone's saying that Ron Paul had a stroke in the chat.
Ron Paul? Not Rand Paul. Ron Paul?
I don't know. It said Ron.
Wow.
Um,
Okay, I got a good one. Did you see?
someone's saying Sean Paul. No, Ron Paul. People are saying Ron Paul.
Did you see Lindsey Graham crying on Sean Hannity?
No.
Oh, it was maybe
I
my
missed
favorite
Hannity
thing I've
tonight.
seen in like a year. He's on Sean Hannity, and he's just like, "They're killing me financially. I need help. I really need help." And Sean Hannity like can't get off with him fast enough. He's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah." He's like, "I'm gonna like." Lindsey Graham's basically like, "I'm gonna lose. Help me."
What are people doing to him financially?
They're donating to his opponent, like they're drowning him in cash. His opponent. It's fucking
and
great.
he's been a senator for a long time, right?
Lindsey Graham, yeah, too long.
Yeah.
Way too long. Fuck Lindsey Graham. Ron Paul, Rand Paul, Logan Paul. There are too many Pauls. We gotta let some of these Pauls go. You know?
You should never ever vote for a guy with a girl's name, because it's like, they got teased a lot in their life, and they have this pent up anger, and they just want power because they want to get back at people. It's like whenever there's like a super nerdy guy that becomes famous, that's always bad news.
It's
You ever
interesting
notice
though,
that?
because you have a whole song about like pro bully, right? You're into bullying. I know this about you.
Oh, I don't think people should go around bullying everybody, but I also don't think people should. I think bullying happens, and if you get bullied, you should just walk it off. I mean, that's the by and large of my take on it.
I dig it. Somebody says money should not decide elections. Yeah, sure. No shit. Pro bullying.
But then what should?
Acid bath, yes. Yes, indeed. Trevor's a bully. He bullied me into winning $1 million. You son of a bitch.
I'll tell a story about. I mean, it wasn't like a it wasn't like a bully, but sort of. Not really. But like when I was in like third grade or something, all my friends liked playing with Ninja Turtles, and so we would bring our Ninja Turtles to school and we'd all play, and then at lunch, and then I went home for summer vacation. I didn't see my friends because I lived very far away from everybody. And so all summer, I was playing with my friends that lived out near me. And so then we're going back to school, and I'm like, oh, great. Hot damn, we're going to get back into playing Ninja Turtles at lunch. So I brought all my Ninja Turtles in my backpack.
Uh-huh.
We get to lunch. I bring them out. I'm like, hey, guys, Leonardo, Donatello. And then there's this kind of shitty kid at school who's like, what the fuck are you bringing Ninja Turtles? And he's like making fun of me. He's like, we're fourth graders now. We don't do that anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, good to know. Thank you. And I didn't cry about it. I was just like, okay, he helped me. Okay, now is not the time when we have Ninja Turtles anymore.
My God.
And then it was fine.
But did you still play with Ninja Turtles at home? Post?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like by myself, ashamed in
Yeah.
the dark. Yeah.
Dude, thank God I had younger brothers, because I played with G.I. Joes. That was my thing. I was a G.I. Joe guy. I played with G.I. Joes till I was like 13 years old.
Fun.
It's because I have a fucking healthy imagination. That's all that means.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes bullies are just trying to help you. They're trying to nudge you towards what everyone else is doing, so that you won't stand out and be a weirdo.
Yeah. What else is going on in the news? Shouldn't constantly pick on someone, but it's blah blah blah. Yeah. What else is happening?
Someone said favorite turtle. There was a Ninja Turtle named Slash, who was a bad Ninja Turtle. He looked just like the other Ninja Turtles, but he had like one eye, and he was a bad guy turtle.
Really?
Yep, I liked him. Someone says being a weirdo is cool. Being a weirdo is cool if you're not gonna get weird about it. If you're not gonna be like, Yeah, if you're a weirdo and you have the confidence to be a weirdo, there's nothing cooler than a confident weirdo, But
Yeah.
don't be a weirdo, and then when people make fun of you, be like, well, why did they make fun of me? Because you're being a weirdo. You know you're being a weirdo, but do it with confidence. Just be like, yeah, I'm a weirdo. This is like become some ranting advice thing now.
That's good. Trump refused to commit to a peaceful transfer of power. So great. Yeah, that was another one. Trump was asked directly, will you agree to a peaceful transfer of power should you lose the election? And he said, well, we'll see what happens. And he said, ideally, there won't be a transfer of power. It will be a continuation of power because the ballot is so fucked, blah, 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 blah. So that was terrifying. But I think, honestly, people should just stop asking him. Why? It's not his decision. Why would you ask him if he's going to agree to a peaceful transfer of power? You don't ask a little kid if it's okay with being punished if it breaks the rules. You just enforce the rules. It's not up to him.
Like we talked about this a little bit last week. Like it seems to me that what's going to happen is that no one's going to know who won. And then everybody who's progressive is going to be like, well, Biden won. And everyone who's conservative is going to be like, well, Trump won.
Right. Well, Trump's going to announce victory election night. He's going to do that.
So then everyone's just won't have a president, or we'll have two people saying that they're president. Mm-hmm. And then maybe all the states will secede.
Maybe. Unlikely. Possible. Do you think that we could have a full-on Civil War II? I see you pork sweats. That's what I'm talking about. Where like blue and red will literally form separate nations, or is that's just not feasible? That's not going to happen.
I don't see it. I mean, who's going to fight? I'm not fighting. Like as long as I was talking. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, are we really going to go get, instead of like, calling Uber and like Uber Eats and watching Netflix, are we all going to get guns and go out and start shooting other people?
We've been lulled into too much. Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone's life has to get very uncomfortable for things like that to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't think the majority of people are there yet.
Yeah, I agree. Let me refresh chat. How are you? Go ahead.
Who do you think would win if every state broke up?
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't just like, one. It wasn't two sides. We're talking 50 different sides. Like no one can agree at all. It's like everyone is going after everybody. Who do you think wins?
It's interesting because at first I think most people would probably think, well, California would probably win. It has like the most people. But if you think about it, California, like if every state sealed off and was its own power, we're not self-sustainable here. Like we do not have the resources to feed the amount of people that we have in our state. So I think we would quickly descend into,
Really? I thought California has a lot of farmland. They just don't have a lot of water.
They don't have any water. Right.
Yeah. But we have the ocean.
You can't, but like desalinization is like not ready, Like we don't desalinize the ocean for our farms.
Yeah, but we could figure it out.
Well, we should do that. Whoever figures that out has got the key to everything, right? That's the whole deal. Dude, how funny was it? Remember?
Texas would do really well.
Texas, you know what? They'd probably win.
I might actually move to Texas. If everyone was like, okay, everybody's breaking up and it's going to go state versus state in a war, I might try to get down to Texas real quick. Because I'd be like, well, who wants to be on the losing side?
Yeah, but who wants to live around all these goddamn Look, I love Texas. I got married in Texas. Austin is like maybe my second, third favorite city in the United States. Big fan. But the rest of Texas is the most self-important, goddamn obnoxious culture I could imagine. And I'm sure there's people in this chat that live in Houston or something. They're like, oh, what the fuck? But like every fucking person in Texas has like a Texas bumper sticker and like a Texas belt buckle and t-shirt. It's just, I've never seen a state so up its own ass. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know what else is like that? Philadelphia.
Not really.
I remember everybody would make a point to tell you that they're from Philadelphia when you were. Well, maybe that was just because we lived in New York. But someone would be up like, well, in Philly, and you'd be like, I noticed it more from Philadelphia people than other people.
I feel like Boston is guilty of that. Boston is very self-righteous, and I think it's because they have a massive inferiority complex around New York. They're not New York. They don't have it.
No one's New York.
Nope.
New York is bad.
You shut up about Boston, Ralph Wiggum. Sorry.
Boston's great. I like Boston.
No, you don't. Whenever we
I
talk
do like-
offline, you hate Boston. I know you.
No, you're thinking Philadelphia.
No. Breonna Taylor. God, I mean, we could get into all the fucking dark shit. What else? I like the condom story. Let's get more weird shit going on here. How come the chat comes in intermittently on the OBS? Somebody needs to fucking tell me why that's happening.
Someone says, talk about living in Virginia. I'm from Richmond. I lived in Richmond for a year. I went to VCU for a year before I went up to New York and met all the Whitest Kids guys. And yeah, I lived in Richmond, and I've lived in South Central Los Angeles. I've lived in Brooklyn, New York. And the only place I ever felt in danger walking around was Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah. Richmond is legit.
Yeah, in the late '90s, Richmond, like a lot of times if you're walking out and you're like drunk, like in New York or something, and it's just you and one other person at like 4 a.m. and they're coming towards you, like you're like, oh, I hope that guy doesn't mess with me or try to like rob me. But in Richmond, if it was 4 a.m. and there's one guy on the street coming towards you, you're like, oh fuck, this guy's gonna try to rob me.
Yeah,
like you knew it.
Yeah,
and so then
it's
you had
not
to,
a
like, figure out
question
what to-
mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so have you been mugged?
Oh yeah.
Tell me, how do I not know your mugging stories? Wait, I know that one time in front of your apartment in New York, right?
No, I got mugged. So I got mugged a couple times. One time I was, they're always when I'm like drunk. Like,
exactly.
So it was when I'd be leaving a bar and like, I left bars wasted a lot and I didn't get mugged that much. I think it's because of how tall I am. Not that I'm like intimidating, but I think when you're looking for someone to mug, you're just like, like,
yeah,
that guy's weirdly tall. I don't know.
On the off chance that he could fight, he has a
Yeah.
reach on me that I don't need to. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but one time I was when I was in college, I was walking, and this guy comes up, and it was outside of like Alligator Bar. And this guy comes up and he's like, hey, give me your money, like that. He didn't have a gun or anything, but he was just like, his hands were kind of hidden and it was like very like, he was like, give me your money. And I was like, I don't have any money. And he was like, you just left a bar. And I'm like, yeah, but like I paid for everything by credit card and you can have that, but I'm just going to cancel it as soon as you leave. Like, cause I was like drunk. So I'm just like talking to him, like, And then he was all stressed out, and he was like, so he needed the money for something. I don't know what it was, but he
you don't know what it was? You don't know why he
Yeah.
needed the money?
No, I assume like there was like a library book that was late or something. So then he was just kind of like pacing and being like, fuck, man. Like, and so then he was like, open your backpack. He was like, and I was like, okay. And I was like, it's mostly school books though. And I opened it up and I was like, I have a Discman. You could have a Discman like that. Cause this was, I mean, Discmans weren't even used really at that point. People were.
Also, I know that they're pronounced Discman.
Oh,
Whatever. Moving on.
I don't know.
Discman.
So
hey,
he,
I'm Marty Discman. Nice to meet you. This is my wife. Like, come on.
So like I was listening to the Spider-Man soundtrack. And so like he was like, give me your disc, man. And it sounds weird to say it that way.
No, it sounds normal.
So he was like, give me your disc, man. And so I would, and I was like, no, he didn't want the Discman. That's the point, is that he opened it up and I was like, I have a Discman, you can have it, like that. And he's like, I don't want that or whatever, like that. And he was upset and he was like, ah. And then I was like, not that scared of him anymore. So I was like, hey man, do you have a cigarette I could borrow? and he was like, yeah, man. And he gave me a cigarette. And then I was like, all right, well, sorry. And then I left and then was like, I got a cigarette out of it.
Wow. That's not bad. That's a good
No, it was
mugging.
a pretty decent mugging story. Yeah.
I got mugged in Philly. I was walking down the street to my drug dealer's house, the one I talked about on the other.
What if
one
you
of these.
just tell the story about the kids taking your bike?
Oh my god! Right? I just launched it. You're like, you keep trying to. You're like Zach. No, everybody knows, dude. Zach, hey.
And that's when we learned that Zach has memento.
Yeah. I was walking to that same house, and this dude that I'd like seen around the neighborhood, I'll never forget, like a bandana over his head, and I should have realized he was a crackhead, but I was like hadn't put everything together yet. I'm walking, and he goes, hey man, your shoe's untied. And I looked down, my shoe was untied. I'm like, oh, thanks, man, cool. And I like tie my shoe. I go, I buy my drugs. I'm walking back to my apartment, and I see the same guy. And he goes, shoes untied guy. I'm like, yeah, hey. He's like, hey. He goes, will you hold this for me? Will you hold this? And he like pulls some change out, and he just like drops it. I just like hold his change. And then he does like, he's fiddling, and he goes, okay, give it back. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. And I hand it back to him, and then he goes, hey, man. I'm like, what? He's like, you owe me $20. And I'm like, no, dude, no, I don't. He's like, yeah, you owe me $20, man. I gave you more than this. And I was like, and I go, dude, if you're gonna mug me, you can mug me, but you're not gonna con me out of money this way. And I just watched him look at me, and I watched like the gears turn in his mind, and he just goes, boom! And he just cracked me in the face. He goes, give me $20. I was like, oh god. And I gave it to him. And I was like, fuck, I told him to do it. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, he thought about it. He's like, he's right. I should be more straightforward.
There's an A to B. I don't have to go to C and D. I could just get the money.
This man deserves more than that. I got punched once one time I got mugged, and it was again leaving a bar in Williamsburg, walking home. I used to live at South 2nd and Havemeyer in Brooklyn, which was not a nice neighborhood at all.
Not at that time. Now it's very nice. Now it's like, holy shit.
Yeah. But so I was like drunk and I was walking home, and it was like 3 teenagers. They were like, probably like one or a couple of years younger than me, but not like, they were still pretty big. And they came up, and I had just gone to the store after the bar, and I had 4 tall boys, and I had put 2 in my back pockets. And I had 2 in my hands. And so I was like walking home, and these 3 guys, boom, came out, and they were like, give us your money. And it was the same thing. I never had money on me. Like, I always paid for everything by cards. I'm like, I don't have any money like that. And they're like, give us the beers. And I'm like, come on, guys, you want the beer? Bam, punch me like that. And I was just like, all right, like, fine, take the. And I was like pissed. I was more pissed than anything else. I was like, fine, take the fucking beers. Like that. And so then they left, and I was like walking, they walked the other way, and so I was walking down the street, and then because I was so pissed, I just turned around and go, hey guys, and they turned around, and I pulled out the other 2 tall boys, and I was like, ha ha, and they ran after me, and then I like had to go, and I had to run all the way home, like, but I got there. Like,
that's like the silliest Safdie Brothers movie ever, just you sprinting through the streets of New York, like holding 2 tall boys. They're chasing you.
And then me getting home and trying to tap them so that they don't spray when they open. God. I'm like, I hope I didn't. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fucking great. That reminds me of Tucker, my buddy Tucker, who remember? Were you there with us? We were at a bar in New York, and it had like the ceiling area where you could go smoke on the roof. And we were smoking, and I was having a conversation with some stranger. Number 1 Street Blaster. Sorry, thanks for the $20 donation. And they wrote you a note, Trevor. But we'll get into that later.
How do I read it?
I don't know.
Well, we'll be able to read it later?
Yeah, we'll be able to read it later. And also, we're setting up a thing where there's like, people can donate, and then it'll like bring a video up for us to watch. And I don't quite understand how it works. We have to figure out how to like share it with you. But anyway, we're going to get into that next week. You know what? I'm going to bail on this story. But basically, my buddy Tucker wedgied a dude at a bar, and like, that was like talking shit to me. He came up behind him and ripped his waistband up and like ripped it, and then it ended with Tucker and I sprinting down. Like, moving on. Bad story. Remember when Darren got mugged? Darren got mugged like fucking bad. They like
he got beat up. He got beat up. He was like fucked up.
I think we'd just done a show at UCB in New York. We were very drunk.
Not to brag.
Yeah, big deal. And then Darren was walking. He like walked through a neighborhood that he should have known better than to walk.
No,
through.
he walked. For some reason, he walked all the way to the west side. That's how I remember it. Like, he was down by the seaport, and I still remember us being like, "Why the fuck were you by the seaport?"
I think he walked through like the government housing on like 28th. But anyway, yeah, he was like walking down the street, just probably stumbling, listening to his iPod, and then he just woke up on the ground with dudes like going through his pockets. I guess they just saw him. The dude just came out and was just like, ow.
Holy shit.
Hey, man. It was great times. It was great. Zach, why is the drummer of Primitive Man so ripped? Okay, I know that you're in Primitive Man, so I don't know why you're so ripped, dude. Go ahead and up yourself a little bit more on our chat.
There's so the building. I want to tell a quick story about the building that I used to live in. Is that a good Newsboyz thing?
Dude, this is all hard-hitting news. People need to know.
Okay.
This is the kind, by the way, everybody, you're not going to get this sort of news on your other news outlets, okay? If you want to know what's really going on.
What the world's really like?
Yeah, this is where you tune in. Get woke.
Yeah.
Here we go. Trevor, take it away.
So I used to live at a place in South 2nd and Havemeyer in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, before South 2nd and Havemeyer was nice. And the place that I lived in, they sold heroin out of the lobby.
Boy, did they. They really did a lot.
Yeah, because it had, the thing, whenever you try to sell heroin, they're always going to tell you one thing, which is location, location, location.
100%.
And this place was, on both ends of my block were methadone clinics. One was called Il Regresso, and the other was called Il Regresso 2. And you could get, like, methadone there. So these, like, shitheads would basically wait for these people who are at the low point in their life.
Trying to get better. Trying to kick dope.
And they'd wait in this lobby, and they would basically sell heroin to them. And so it was a fucked up place. Like when I moved in there, Timmy and I moved in there, and we made friends with this one guy who was basically like we invited him to a party. His name was
Danny. His name was Danny. He was awesome.
He was not awesome.
No, he was a villain, but he was very friendly to us.
Yes. He got drunk one time, and never mind. I won't go into it.
I'm gonna tell you right now with almost total certainty that he's dead.
Yeah, I think he got killed while we were there.
Yeah,
like because every time you saw him, he'd have like he had a cast on his arm first,
and a cane,
and then it would grow. Then it would be a cane.
Yeah.
Like he kept getting beat up by like some other people, and but anyway. Like one night, whatever.
No, go.
Well, one night he got really drunk at a thing, and actually, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my god!
But I don't know how many people from South 2nd and Havemeyer are watching, and they'll murder me.
None of them.
So, two stories. One, which is there was a murder in the building.
Yeah.
And I was asleep, and I heard this big noise, and I woke up. And this was in the day. I was sleeping during the day, and then I just went back to sleep. And then, like at 2 hours later, there was a knock on my door, and it was 2 police officers.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't have a shirt on. Like it was basically the beginning of Law and Order, where I'm like this, like shithead, like college guy who's like, I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, do you have anything to say about what happened? And I'm like, what happened? And they're like, you don't know what happened? And I'm like, no. And they're like, somebody got shot in the stairwell. And then I went like, are they okay? And they're like, no, they're dead. And I was like, oh. And then I just said, well, I didn't do it. And the 2 cops laughed. They were like, yeah, probably not. And then they just moved on. Like, they're like, there's nothing to ask this guy.
Dude, wait, I also have stories about this building, so let me tag in and then you do yours. But one time, I was going down your stairs. You lived on the 6th floor, and on Trevor's building, were you gonna tell about the kickback?
Oh yeah, I'll tell that.
All right, you tell that. All right, so
yeah.
But dude, I'm going down from the 6th floor down to the sidewalk, and I get down. One of the landings in between the floors is filled with blood. I mean, like, so full of blood that if you dropped a quarter, it would make ripples to all of the edges. It was a pool of blood. And in the blood was just a fucking giant pile of cash. Like 20s, 10s, like a ton. Like full, soaking in the blood. And I'm standing there looking at all this bloody money, and there's no one around. It's empty. And I'm just like, wow, something real bad just happened here. And I'm like, how do I get down? Like, I can't step on the landing. So I'm sitting here looking, and I'm literally thinking, like, the last thing, by the way, I want to do is, like, scrape up the money. Like, I'm not touching that shit.
Well, it's covered in blood.
It's covered in blood. I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
So I'm literally, like, thinking, like, how do I, like, climb over the railing and, like, lower myself down so I don't step in this evidence? And as I'm, like, figuring it out, I hear, like, these footsteps running up the staircase towards me. And I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be an experience for sure. And this fucking homie with a do-rag comes bounding up, and I'm above the blood, and he's below the blood, and we lock eyes, and he stops, and he's like breathing deep. He's clearly just stabbed a person. And he goes, I see you looking at my money, man. And I'm like, buddy, I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to step in your money. He's like, yeah, you okay, well, you got to put your leg, like, he was like, and you lift your leg up, man. And I was like, yeah, thank you, man, thanks. And I'm like, he's like spotting me as I'm like crawling down. He's like, you good. And I'm like, okay, well, thanks a lot. He's like, yeah, man. And then I'm like going down the stairs. I'm like, and I hear him just like, damn, how am I going to get all this money? Like, it was just like, now he had a problem. I was like, that guy had a rough day.
Yeah, he's like, damn, my money's gross.
Like, literally, he didn't have a bag. He can't put that shit in his pockets. Is he going to be up there just, like, wringing dollar bills out and just, like, like, what does he do?
Ugh.
Tell the next one. There's so many. I mean, this building was a nightmare.
We could talk. Yeah. So basically, Timmy and I Timmy and I had zero money. But we still wanted to live in New York. So we're like, where can we live for zero money? And it was in a building where they sell heroin. Like, so one day, so every time you would come home, like a lot of times, the weird thing about the building is we were on the 5th floor, so you'd have to go up 5 flights of steps.
Okay.
And on all the walls, like there would be these weird red paintings, very thin paintings of bears that were it was dripping down, and the bears were like, you know, this weird kind of scary face.
And they were always smiling. They were like intended to be happy, but it was just dripping.
Well, we didn't know that at the time because it was always like just drip down. It was this weird thing. And like I never understood it. It went on for almost a year before I went home like one day, and I walked up the stairs and I saw the woman who lived next to me, very sweet woman, who would always ask if she could decorate our door for Christmas, and she'd make it up like a big Christmas, you know, present.
Oh,
like,
sweet.
you know, she would decorate the building. I saw her sitting in the landing, injecting heroin into her arm, and then pulling the kickback blood back into the needle, and then painting happy faces with the kickback blood on the wall, and then watching as the happy faces like slowly dripped down and became these scary things. And it was one of the darkest things I've ever seen in my life. And it was just like, oh, hey, excuse me, I got to get past here. Like, you know, kind of thing.
I remember she painted one on your door, and it was like, to knock on your door, you had to like make contact with like junky blood, dude.
Not touch the junky, yeah.
Dude, one time I was leaving your apartment. I had my bike. I was like carrying my bike down, and I'm going like out to the front door. I'm on the ground floor, and at the lobby outside, standing in the doorway, are these 2 white guys, which is like immediately like, why are you here? And they looked at me coming out, and they were like, why are you here? And as I'm approaching them, they start shaking their heads. They're like, oh. And I get out, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing here, man? I was like, oh, well, I work here. They're like, you work here? I'm like, well, I write sketch comedy here. And they're like, yeah, you can't be here. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like clearly undercovers. And they were just like, you cannot be on this block, dude. You have to go. And I was like, well, I'm leaving right now. And they're like, and don't come back. I was like, well, I work here. And they're like, yeah, it's sketch comedy. I'm like, well, yeah. They're like, don't come back. I was like, well, I work here. You know, it was like that's how bad it was that like cops would just see us as white people there and just be like, you leave. Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, remember when we would rehearse on the roof? Remember that? We would like run sketches on the roof before we would go perform in the city. And I remember one day we're up there running Brothers in Arms, that sketch where we're soldiers and we're like fighting each other and we're like, we have to be even. We're like literally couldn't sound like fucking more nerds.
Bigger dorks.
And there's this this drug dealer is like up on the roof, like 10 feet away, watching. He's like spotting for a deal that's going down on the street, so he can like signal if anybody's coming. And so we're up. He's up there for like the whole time we're up here. So we're running sketches. He's watching his partners. And at a certain point, he's been like watching us do these ridiculous sketches like Pussy Salad and all this other stuff. And he's like, what are y'all doing, man? Like, what is this? Remember this? And we're like, oh, we're a sketch group and we're going to be performing in the city. It's a free show. You know, if you'd like to see it, you're more than welcome to come. And he's just like, what are y'all called? We're like, we're actually called the whitest kids you know. And, you know, and it was just like, he's just like, what the fuck are you guys? That was amazing. He was cool though. He was nice.
Yeah, well, one of the coolest things Danny did, rest in peace, was when Timmy and I moved into that apartment. We threw a big party at that night, and like Danny went up and basically got shit-faced there and got like a little inappropriate, and we had to basically kick him out. But then afterwards, like when we would walk out for that whole first week that Timmy and I were there, Danny would be like, these two are my boys.
Yeah.
They're cool. No one mess with them. And for the 3 years I lived there, I never got mugged once on that block. No one ever fucked with me. Like it was, I think it's also like you don't fuck with locals. Like even if you don't like the locals, like
yeah, they're going to see you every day for the rest of your life. Those guys aren't leaving that block. You know what I mean? Like, you know, one crazy thing about Danny, we're the second stop on the L train from Manhattan. We're 2 stops into Brooklyn. And Danny, I remember this like it was yesterday. He grew up on this block. He'd never been to Manhattan. He'd never been there in his whole life.
Is that true?
Yeah, he'd never been. It's like, dude, it would take you 15 minutes and you could be in the most exciting city in the world. He's like, yeah, nah, there's no reason. It's just like, that blew my fucking mind.
Someone says my audio's out.
I don't think that's true.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Why would someone lie to me?
I think they should refresh their feed. I've learned this. Chat will steer you wrong sometimes.
I cannot see you on the Discord anymore.
I closed the Discord. We're now Zooming. We're Zoomers, baby.
I'm still on the Discord.
Oh, well, you can quit it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. No, audio is fine. People are letting us know. We're good. E-Boy donated $4.20. Wow, very cool. Okay, hey, let's take this moment right now. Let me thank some people because I know that we've missed a ton of stuff. So let me just run through this because you guys are fucking helping us get this movie made, and I appreciate it. Basilbot subbed with a Prime. Prime subs help us the most. Thank you. Rayo Studios. Kid Robot 727. Frodo Scaggins gifted everybody. Look at Frodo Scaggins. Hippo in the City gifted a fucking ton of people. I love it. Thank you so much. Stomach Cutter. That's a really dark name. Stomach Cutter. Hal Gorgeous donated $20. Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you so much. Chris from Arizona. Prime. Hippo in the City. Wait a minute. Special THC. 4.99 bits. I think that's $5. That's awesome. Number 1 Street Blaster donated $20. Thank you. Oh, let me read this message they wrote. Trevor, I recently chatted with you on Insta about my recent cancer diagnosis. I started reading this happy, and then it got real sad. I'm in between surgeries right now, and I'm psyched to watch you guys stream live. Do me a favor. Give me some good news. Thanks again for helping me through this rough time. Jesus, number 1 Street Blaster. Trevor, the floor is yours. Help them through. Can you hear me? Did you hear what I just said? Oh, now your audio is out, dude. Oh, wait, that's because
How about now?
Now you're back.
Okay. So yeah, I talked to that guy this week on Instagram.
Good.
He sent a very nice message about like what the show meant to him.
Aww.
And then he told me his situation, and I was just like, well, we're all rooting for you, and I hope the rest of your procedures go well. But he seemed like a really cool dude.
Yeah, dude.
And so so he wants some good news. We got to find some good news.
Well, how about the good news that we're able to engage with our animators now? We've raised enough money from Twitch and YouTube and our T-shirts that we're able to like begin. It's not enough. It's not nearly enough to finish, but it's enough that we can confidently start the process of making the movie.
Well, what's cool about it is that hopefully within a couple. Well, what's really cool about it is that in like a month or so or 2 months, we'll all be able to record the audio for the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
which is a big step.
Yeah,
I got to turn my AC on.
I don't think we'll all do it together because because of I don't know how comfortable people are flying yet. But I think we'll find a studio where Darren can record his and Timmy can record his, and Sam, Zach, and I will probably all record ours together. We'll probably go into, a studio and do it. But then, we'll be able to show you guys little clips of what we're making, without giving too much of the story away. But we're very excited. We've just pretty much hit the first milestone that we needed to start the movie. So we're psyched, and thank you guys. As with anything we've ever done, we could not do this without you. So thank you.
Hell yeah.
Someone says, God, your chair is so fucking hot. People really like your chair.
Oh, so when I'm streaming Dark Souls, I'll get up and go to the bathroom, and that's when everybody flips the fuck out because Cherry behind me, I guess, is a fan favorite. People can't wait to spend time with Chair when I'm gone. Everyone go fuck themselves. Lafayette Prue, thanks for the sub. Dan Zaran, Pug Fat. I think I did these. Scissorhands 12. Yeah. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Xanax and Mander. Yeah, we got it.
Thank you, everybody.
Iron Hyman. Fuck yeah. Snapplefax. Colt Hartman. Thanks for the sub. Rongina. You know what's really fun is if you guys watch me play Dark Souls, you can join me in the game. So I've been playing with some Dalekers who are like my bodyguard in the game. So Rongina is my fucking homie. Right there.
I turned your video game stream on for a couple minutes the other day, and my wife was like looking over my shoulder, and she got really into the game.
Really?
And then I went to something else, and she's like, "Well, wait, what is that game?" She's like, "I want to get that game."
Dude.
Like, she was really into it.
She should get into it. The Souls games are fucking great. There's like 4 or 5 of them, and they're like my favorite. So, yeah, Amy would love them. Okay, hang on. Darby676, thank you. Hawkstash, thank you. I think I've covered it. If I've missed you, I sincerely apologize. Chipotle Sizzle donated $4.20. Thanks, dude.
Did Trevor dress like Magnum PI on purpose? No.
It's funny.
No.
That's what it is. You do look like that.
No, what I was doing is I bought an electric razor, and I was trying to trim up some shit last night. And I still don't know how to work it. So I just as soon as I did it, I took too much off, and I was like, all right, I'll just take it all off. And then I thought this looked really like a shit bird. And I was like, oh, it'll be fun to be like my name's Dale for a day.
Yeah.
So then I went to, I went to work on my show like this, and I think it just distracted everybody. Like, they were like, why are you like that? I'm like, it's funny. And they're like, not really. Like, all right.
I like it. Frickin' Maggle, thank you. What else is going on in the news?
Should we look it up? I'm gonna go to.
Pull up a browser, and if you can share the screens. I can't. You can. So if you see anything, throw it up there.
Well, what should we go to? What's your main news thing you go to?
I mean, I'm boring. I'm like basic bitch. I have like a Washington Post and a New York Times subscription to both, and then I check like a bunch of other basic bitch news stuff.
I go to Drudge Report.
I check Drudge. There's always like ridiculous shit on Drudge.
Yeah, I find Drudge is the most entertaining to me.
It's weird because like Matt Drudge and Donald Trump had a big falling out this year. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's the new lady. She's pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah. She's nice.
Wait a minute. Ron Paul appears to suffer stroke during live stream? You got to play that video, dude.
All right, here we go. Can you see
Holy
this?
shit, are you kidding?
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Rid of that.
Can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear it. Yeah.
Okay.
Rid of that. That's a bird. We can barely wear this. We can't find it. Oh
my God. Oh no.
Is Dr. Paul?
Oof.
Rid of that. That's a bird.
Well, that's a sad.
That's
one.
just sad. I was thinking like this will be good. That's just really sad.
Yeah.
Bummer, man.
I liked Ron Paul. And I remember in college, I thought Ron Paul was cool. But then didn't stuff come out like they were like, but he had like a racist magazine or something like that. Like I remember, I liked it when he was always like, when he was like, everybody's the world, like he's like, everybody sucks. Like basically he was like, like on both sides, everybody sucks. And I was like, I like that guy. And then they were like, but he had a racist magazine. I don't know.
They all had a fucking racist magazine.
Everyone had a racist magazine at some point.
Who didn't? That was bleak, man. That's what a stroke looks like. That's fucking terrifying. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about anything, but I remember liking him when I was younger, and then but I didn't like his kid that much. The guy who's there now.
Rand Paul? Is that his son?
Yeah.
Wait, is Rand Paul Ron Paul's child?
Yeah, it's his kid.
Rand Paul sucks, dude.
Because there was this story, and the only reason I base this off is there was this story about how like his neighbor got mad at him and then beat him up. And his neighbor, like, I had heard that his neighbor jumped off his lawnmower shirtless and beat up Rand Paul.
Sweet.
And I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, you know, just like
I remember that.
Some shirtless dude who lives next to like a center. It's like, you know what? Fuck you. And then like beats him up. Like, I'm like, I like that. You know, I don't like.
You know
I'm
what?
not a political man,
you,
but I
dude.
know what I like.
That is the best, man. God, wouldn't you just kill to like be there for like the 20 minutes leading up to that moment? God, I'd love to see it.
Like, what the hell could they have been arguing about?
If you could go back in history and like witness a historical event, what would it be?
Probably like JFK fucking Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And
you can get there safely and get out safely. So you could be like,
oh no, I would go see a nuke.
Yeah,
I go see an A bomb.
Yeah.
If I knew that I would live.
You'll live. You're Scrooge. You're Ebenezer Scrooge. You can just appear anywhere you want to be. Watch anything. You could be at where the A bomb drops in the middle. It probably would be a good view, but like.
Yeah, I would either watch an A bomb or I'd watch Krakatoa.
Wait, what's Krakatoa?
Oh, it's like the biggest like volcano explosion ever that you could hear halfway around the world. Like, basically, if you were within like 1,000 miles, you were deaf. It like blew everyone's eardrums out and stuff like that. It was I'd love to see that.
I'd like to see like my conception.
Your conception?
Sure.
Oh, I would do that too. That would be on my list. I'd see your conception.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you I called? So I did this like 2 years ago. Like I was going through my old shit and I found my birth certificate. And on your birth certificate, it says who the doctor who delivered you is.
Right.
So I was like, huh, that was interesting. So I went online and I looked him up. The doctor, still alive, still practicing. So then I called him. I forget his name. I'll just say it was like Sandler or something like that. So I called him and I was like, hey, is Dr. Sandler there? And they're like, just a second. And they got him like that. And he was like, hello. And I just hung up on him.
Because you were like got nervous, or was that the plan all along?
No, I didn't have a plan. I was just like, I wonder if this guy's still, and I just want to hear the guy that delivered me. And then he was like, hello, and I was like, huh. But it's like, I don't want to have a conversation. I don't want to be like, you delivered me, because then what am I going to talk about? I was like, huh, that's what he sounds like. Click, like, you know.
Crazy. Yeah. What do you know? Somebody said, talk about Jerry Nadler. What is this? I lost it. Sorry. Post it again, Chad. I missed it. It looked interesting.
Jerry Nadler?
I don't know. Somebody says, what conspiracies do you believe? Get asked a lot about conspiracy stuff. Do you believe in any conspiracy theories? I know that you do, but...
All of them. I heard a great one the other day.
Oh, wait. Jerry Nadler shit himself. It's on C-SPAN. We'll cover that, but I want to hear I want to hear your great one.
I heard a great one yesterday. So I heard that... Okay, so Jeffrey Epstein.
Sure.
We all know Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. He was also obsessed with bioengineering.
Oh yeah,
know?
like nanotechnology and shit, right?
Well, biotechnology, and so he had all of these scientists that he would donate money to their charities, and he would have them work on things and stuff. And people were saying that he was trying to create he wanted to basically be able to alter genes and make different kinds of life and stuff like that. But what I heard, and this is completely unsubstantiated, but I heard it and I thought it was fascinating, was that he also had these same guys, because they were disease specialists and everything like that. He had them design a novel coronavirus that was his kill switch. Basically, like, that was his trump card, which is like, I don't go to jail or I release this shit. And like, it's like one of these things where if I don't keep entering in a thing every 30 days, I die. Then when they killed him in like October or November, his kill switch went off. And that's when the disease got introduced into the world and like slowly started to spread in the last quarter of last year until it became what we do today. I don't believe it.
I don't. I'm with you. I don't believe that for a second, but that's a goddamn great conspiracy theory.
I love it, and I'm going to spread it as much as I can.
That's a good one, dude.
The other one I heard that I always loved was that and I found like a whole community of people who believe this online. It's that there's a bunch of people out there who actually think that Lady Gaga is John Benet Ramsey.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, and so they're like, she got, I guess they would have been the same age or something like that, and they think that like a secret society, like like they took her or something to turn her into like a pop star. And so it's people like comparing like the size of her nose to the size of her eyebrows to like John Benet's and stuff like that. It's a really weird.
They really don't look anything alike. Like if you look at a photo of Lady Gaga,
someone says it's true. I have the documents in the chat.
Oh, well, all right, Chris from Arizona, let's see it, man. Come correct with that. Whisper me those documents, and I'll screen share them with everybody.
See, this is why this is a great news program. Now granted, I've stopped watching the news since we started this program, so I haven't been watching the news. But when I used to watch the news, I would never see anybody talk about the connection from Jeffrey Epstein to coronavirus.
Mm-hmm. That's true. We're on to it. Hey, wait, Trevor, real quick. This is so unrelated, but I was just thinking about it earlier. Something you said triggered it for me. Will you tell that, and it's not, we didn't write this, somebody else on the internet that you were reading wrote it, but when someone was asked the question, like, what's the craziest sex move you could imagine? Or what would you do? No, it was what would you do if you could stop time?
Oh, this is an old copy pasta. I don't know if you call them copy pasta or copy pastas. I don't even know how to say Discman. But like this was an old copy pasta from like the early 2000s. Well, from like the mid 2000s. That would be in things where it was a guy that somebody was asking what would you do if you could freeze time, and the guy said, I would hook up with my girlfriend. I would get like a blowjob, and then when I was about to ejaculate, I would freeze time, orgasm, like onto her, and then I would go about my day until I had to orgasm again.
He would freeze time after he would orgasm, then freeze time. He wouldn't freeze time before he orgasmed.
You'll probably tell the story better than me.
Well, I'm just retelling what you told me, but like how I remember is he's like, what I would do. I think about this way too often. This pops into my head maybe every day. He's like, what I would do is I'd be getting a blowjob, and then as I was jizzing on her, I would jizz and I would instantly freeze time. And I'd go about my day. And then when I was like, the next day or whatever it was, when I was like ready to come again, I'd get in the same position. I would get there, I would unfreeze time, I would come again, and then I'd freeze time. And I would do that again and again and again and again until I got old and died. So in her point of view, what she would see is me go like, oh, and then I would come an ungodly amount, and as I came, I would turn old and gray and then die.
Like
and to her, it would just be a moment.
Yeah, it would look like the Holy Grail when he drank out of the wrong cup. Like he was like, oh, and like. Oh.
That is like the fucking weirdest. Where does that come from, man?
Well, that's the thing. It's like that guy's a genius. And who knows who he is? He's somebody out there. There's another.
That is a genius. I think you're right. I think there's a brilliant mind going on there.
And there was another thing that I read on the internet once, which was they were asking a guy about like, it was a thread of like, if you had to kill yourself, how would you do it? And this one guy was like, well, he's like, I'd go up in a tree And he's like, and I would take razor wire, like, very thin piano wire, and I would tie a noose around my neck with razor wire and tie it to the branch. Then I would take super glue and I'd put it on my hands, and then I'd put it on either side of my head. And then he was like, and I'll wait until like, a bunch of kids are walking by, and then I'd jump out of my tree and yell like I'm mad. Like he'd be like, ah, and I'd hit the ground. The razor wire would cut my head off, but it would be stuck to my hand. So it would look like I just got so mad I jumped out of a tree and ripped my own head off into my hands and fell down dead.
You'd be like, oh!
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
That one's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Remember we had the, before our live show, before we had a TV show, we would do our live show, and we would, while people were just like filling in and sitting down at the club, we would just have a screen that would just show different images that we'd made. Some would be gross, some would be funny, blah, blah, blah. And I remember one, we were like...
Oh, hold on. Someone said Doug Stanhope told a story very similar to that a fan told him.
Oh.
Well, that fan got it off the internet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
The two things we just told are not ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not...
No, it was a Doug Stanhope fan who wrote both of those.
Sure, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Although this one that I'm about to talk about is ours. Remember, we're like, what's the best way to kill Paris Hilton? Was like the first frame. And this was back when like Paris Hilton was like all over the news, and everyone was like, I'm fucking tired of hearing about Paris Hilton. Like, I'd really like her to leave. And then it was like, the answer would be, and I thought about this like pretty thoroughly, and this doesn't really, I don't care about Paris Hilton. She can live. But
remember we crashed her birthday party?
yeah, and we met her.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, because Kristen Cavallari, I remember, brought me up and was like, Kristen, this is Zach. He's nice. And Paris goes, hi. And I was like, oh, I have to kiss your cheek? Oh, hi. I like kissed her cheek. I was like, I've literally never met a peer and kissed their cheek. Like, that's not in my thing. Okay. Oh, hi.
I didn't even talk to her, but they had like bottle service, and I remember I just took like a bottle of vodka and basically emptied the thing into like a pint glass. Like I basically just took like a pint of their vodka. I was like, bye.
Yeah, she didn't give a shit. She didn't know. She's not paying for it either. That's the thing. The richer you are, the less you pay for. It's fucking absurd. Also, Paris Hilton is Zach's peer. Is that a neg on me? Why do I feel like that's some barbed insult or something like that?
I have a good Paris Hilton story, but
lay on me. Do it. I can skip that thing I was gonna do. Let's go.
So a friend of mine used to hang out in that group, so he would not a lot, but he would go. He'd been to her house, and he went to her house and this is something that I think about all the time. And sometimes I'll just be driving and I'll think of this and I'll just laugh my fucking ass off.
Okay.
But so he went to Paris's house, and she had all those little, remember those little yappy dogs that she would always have as like, she'd have like, she had all these little yappy dogs that she would, take to like red carpet, and then you wouldn't see it and she'd have a new one. So all these dogs had to live somewhere. She had constructed a scale model of a mansion that all her dogs lived in. Like her dog house had like lights, electricity, miniature furniture.
This is true?
This is absolutely true. And she also had like little security cameras in every room. So like you could be at her house and being at a party, and then you could look at the monitor on the security cameras and see all these chihuahuas like in a living room, like in a small, like, and it was like down the hill from their house and everything like that. And it was like this cute kind of super expensive thing that, she did. And it was, people liked it. So my friend was like, oh, that's crazy. A year goes by. He gets invited to her house again. He goes there. He sees the monitor. There's nothing in there, and he goes, "Oh, what happened? Where are all the dogs?" And she's like, "Coyotes broke into the house and ate all of them." And the idea, because it's all, if I could find that footage, that security camera footage of all these chihuahuas hanging out in like a living room, and these bloodthirsty like fucking coyotes get in and just start ripping them to shreds in like upholstered living rooms and stuff. If you could find that footage and edit it to like fucking like death metal
and like
or like
slow-mo or something,
it would be the greatest music video that was ever made. Like,
my god, dude.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat was saying, was reminding me of the Paris Hilton South Park. You don't even watch South Park, do you? But like they had this runner where her chihuahuas would continually be committing suicide, and she'd be like, "Not another one," and get a new chihuahua. Anyway, it was great. Talk about the collapse of the Bronze Age. That's not news.
Wait, when did that happen?
I don't know. I think like in the 60s. Christian Slater story.
So I did a show with Christian Slater. I did a sitcom with him, and he was really cool. I liked him, and we were like Xbox friends. And so my only Christian Slater story is now, like, if I'm watching something on Xbox, every now and then, like if I'm watching like Netflix or anything like that, I'll get a little bloop, and it's like Christian Slater is playing this game.
Wait, what games does he play?
I mean, it hasn't happened for a long time, like, but it used to happen a couple of years ago. Like he would be, he would play Call of Duty. I jumped into a Call of Duty game once.
With him?
Because I was like, oh, this will be, I'll jump in, And then I was like, hey, what's up, man? And then he was like, hey, who is this? Because this was like after the show was done.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, never mind. I'm like,
oh, man.
Like, it was one of these things where it's like, oh, I'm playing Call of Duty. He's playing. I'll jump in. And then it's like, what do I want out of this? What do I want?
Yeah,
what
are you going to like bro out and like form a friendship? No. Apparently Darren tweeted some pretty strong political shit this week. A lot of people want us to call him and ask him about it.
Uh-oh.
I know, and Darren's not really that political, I guess, but maybe he is. Maybe I'm wrong.
It sounds like he is.
Who
would be the most political in the group?
I'm gonna guess me.
You?
I think so.
Sam?
Sam's political. Sam is political. But like, yeah.
Timmy went through a phase when he was always like, but he would tweet stuff, but it was kind of like, if you think that women shouldn't have be able to do something, then fuck you, like that. And you'd kind of be like, who thinks that? Like, where did that come from? Like, and then I think he stopped doing that. He stopped like, yeah, it was like very angry, like,
Yeah.
What did Darren say?
I looked at it and I remember I was like, oh, that's pretty spicy. Damn, Darren, but I've forgotten it. Wait, somebody says Bill Cosby is out of jail. No. Is that true?
Because of COVID?
I wonder. Let me check. You know what's crazy? I saw... Oh, he's allowed to appeal his conviction. Oh, is he leaving? I think he's going to remain in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in April, though. Hang on. That's old news, dude.
I mean, isn't he blind? Like, here's the thing. Isn't prison, like... Can't we punish people in other ways than prison? Like, because like, do we have to worry about Bill Cosby now?
Right.
He's old as shit. He can't see. Like, can't we just like take all his money and give it to the people he hurt?
Well, remember, the man raped like 30 women, dude.
That's true. It's more than that, actually. Isn't it like 70?
I don't know. I don't know the number.
Fuck Bill Cosby. He can be in jail.
It's too many. I went and saw Bill Cosby live, the year before the shit really hit the fan. He was amazing. He was fucking. It was crazy. But yeah, bad dude.
Someone said Darren called out Pete Buttigieg for stealing the convention from Bernie.
I guess Pete Buttigieg was criticizing someone, and Darren replied like, "Well, you fucking helped rig it against Bernie so that Biden would win. So joke's on you," or something like that.
Do you think Bernie would have done better than Biden?
I don't.
Really?
I mean, look, and I personally, I'd prefer Bernie as a president, but I feel like Biden, and I can see chat is not going to be on my team. I feel like Biden. I like Bernie. I'm not a Bernie bro, but I prefer him. But I just think that like Bernie is red meat for Trump because he gets to say he's a radical, he's a socialist. And with Biden, Biden's so fucking moderate, it's like he doesn't get to make that argument. He's still making it, but it doesn't work.
I would just love to vote for somebody who's like 60.
Yeah.
That would be, how crazy would it be to vote for like a fresh-faced 60-year-old?
Yeah,
like,
no shit, right?
Like every single person that's running is like 1,000 years old.
Yeah. Yang Gang. Yeah, I like Andrew Yang a lot. I agree with you
Yeah,
guys.
I like Andrew Yang because Andrew Yang is like, you know, like in the debates, everybody's talking about whatever they're talking about, and Andrew Yang would be like, the robots are gonna kill us, and he's right.
Yeah,
like,
he is
you
right.
know, like he's like everything's automated. Like in 10 years, none of you guys have jobs.
Yeah.
And like everybody's like, that's not what we're talking about. But it's like you should be talking about
Yeah.
that. That is the biggest thing that's about to happen.
Yeah.
Is that no one's jobs are going to be necessary anymore.
Dude, once Elon Musk has got like self-driving cars become the norm, like think about what that's gonna do, man. We've talked about that on this before.
Yeah.
Vermin Supreme, yeah. Do you know about Vermin Supreme? That dude's fucking awesome. He's the guy that like runs in legit races with like a long beard and a boot on his head, and he's like in the debate, and he just looks like a fucking maniac. Yeah, he's great.
Someone said climate change is more important than automation.
I agree with you. I agree. But automation
I think,
is very serious, and no one's taking it serious.
and I also think that we could go live underground.
Oh my God, get out of here. What are you talking about?
Well,
Al Gore 2020. Jesus.
When you ever see like movies about the future, they all live in bubble cities anyway, right? They live in domes, like
Uh-huh.
yeah. So that seems like what we have to do anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah, climate change greater than automation. I 100% agree. Yeah. What are you going to do? Anyway, this isn't really Newsboys territory, guys. Newsboys is more about like, you know, us telling the story about getting wedgied in a bar. That's what we're
No,
on.
I think this was good. We just dipped into some news.
Yeah, we
here.
dipped into some news.
Yeah. And we didn't seem to walk anybody, so that's good. That's
Oh,
the
how many
thing.
people are watching? So I have pop-out chat, so I can never see how many people are in.
That's the thing. It's like it's a weird, and I think this is what most news shows why they suck and why this one was so necessary is because we live in such a polarized world that people are afraid to say things because you don't want to piss off people, you know.
Yeah.
And like you could say a normal thing, which is like, you know, I'm worried about automation, and then people will be like, but that's not what's the big important thing. The big important thing is this, and fuck you, like yeah. You know, so, but the thing about Newsboys is we don't really care.
Also, we will ban anyone for anything, so I'm cool with me.
Yeah.
Really?
Someone said, Trevor, you pissed me the fuck off, but you're all right.
Okay, well.
How do I see? That's the thing. I'm not trying to piss anyone
Yeah,
off.
that sounds like a you problem, dude.
Yeah. I'm not even going to ban you for life.
All right, so I'm seeing all this shit on chat about Vin Diesel is becoming a pop star, which is intriguing
That's
to
cool.
me.
I love that.
Let me see what I can learn about this now. Like he's singing and dancing? That is insane. There's no way Vin Diesel has a good singing voice. He's got a debut song called Feel Like I Do. Trevor, you got to pull this
Play
up
it.
and share it over the Zoom. We got to
I
listen
got to
to
do
this.
that. Hold on.
Holy shit, dude.
This is the Newsboys exclusive.
Yeah, we're breaking it here. No one knew about this until we found out just now.
Okay, Vin Diesel. Feel Like I Do. Here we go.
All right, you got to share it.
Okay. Hold on. There's an unskippable ad, so I'm going to let that
Let
play
that
out.
go. We don't need that shit. Vin Diesel, man. Never met that guy. Heard he's a dick. I've heard
Really?
from many people he's not nice.
Hold on.
Trevor,
Okay,
did you
here
ever
we go.
kill Bill Bellamy? Someone's asking.
No, that was a line from one of my songs.
Oh.
From Whitest Kids. That was a Whitest Kids song.
Oh, what song?
You should have watched that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know it.
All right, hold on.
I'm very
right,
excited
shit.
to hear this.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. All right,
Fire
it
it
has
up.
109,000 views so far. Ready?
Yeah.
Message from our friend Vin Diesel, who actually has a new single dropping today. Check this out.
Kelly, I am so honored
Oh my god.
to be able to debut my music on your show
Oh my god.
because you, since you first won Idol and till today have somehow maintained your authenticity.
Speak faster,
I
you
am
fucking
blessed
idiot.
that on a
feel
year
like he's
that I
had
would
it.
normally be on a movie set,
This is what happens when
As
everyone
you know,
kisses your ass all day long. You
that's
think
not
that everyone's
possible.
clinging to every word you say
I
and
had
you talk
another
like a
creative
dickhead.
outlet. Another way to show you.
What are you talking
or
about?
share with you.
Oh my god, I
Play the
couldn't
song.
fucking hate Vin Diesel more
And to
than I
that
do right
end,
now.
one of the people that first believed in me was Kygo.
Nobody gives a
hell?
shit.
So, I am now going to debut the first song on Kygo's
We're a minute
label.
in. We're a minute
Get to
in
the
here.
song,
I
you
do. I hope
idiot!
you like it.
All right, well, that was a sweet message, Vin Diesel. Thank you for the sweet words. And before we get to the music, I just want to say thank you so much to all my guests this hour. Queen Latifah, Sabrina Carpenter, Machine
Is-
Gun
is the
Kelly,
song coming on
Brenda
this
Gant,
video or
and
not?
Terrell.
I feel
Now,
like this
without
might not
further
be the
ado,
video.
here's a sneak peek
Here it
of
is, here
Vin's
it is.
collaboration with Kygo, Feel Like I Do.
Not gonna dance, you're not gonna be on the show. Do you all understand that? Oh my god, dude. Alright, that was like the worst shit ever. I love it.
That was pretty bad. I mean, I think Hulk's thing was better than that.
Oh my god.
Well, it's
Hulk is
also
like,
why would you give Vin Diesel an album? Like, he sounds like a giant who just got out of the dentist. He's like, thank you for letting me do my song.
and he sings in that like fake way that like all these people sing nowadays, like I want to feel you, oh my, I can't even do it. It's just like this like that like Zoe Deschanel kind of like affectation where it's like you're singing in an accent that you don't have.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson, thank you for letting me. Thank you. Everything you want, I do. Thank you.
It's so bad, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, so people keep telling me Macho Man Randy Savage has an album. I don't really want to wade through it to find the cringe. I'm sure it's there.
You know what's dope though is Pitch Black. That movie fucking kicks ass.
Yeah, you've said that before. It's good.
Yeah, I love Pitch Black.
I never saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, the only Vin Diesel movie that I think is great is Saving Private Ryan. You know?
Which he wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone says Riddick is good. Yes, that's part of the Pitch Black franchise. It's very good.
Iron Giant? Is he the giant in Iron Giant? That's crazy. Okay.
I have
know
never
that.
seen Iron Giant. I've heard it's amazing.
I've never seen it either, and I hear it's great. And I think it was the guy who directed The Incredibles, which I fucking love. I think directed Iron Giant, so I should probably watch it.
Maybe we watch it on. Oh, I had a question.
Yeah.
Since this is a news show, and I don't know if I want to do this or
Brad
not.
Bird,
but
yeah.
I just thought I'd bring it up. The big presidential debate: Joseph Biden versus Donald Trump, is Tuesday. Should we live stream the debate?
I tell you, man.
Or are you gonna get really like angry?
I think I might get so angry that I'll just start going off, and I don't know,
Okay,
like,
never mind.
I don't know if that's good for anything, you know. I think it'll just be me. It'll just be me being like, "Fuck you, fuck you." Like that's not entertainment. Vin Diesel just donated $3. Okay, you know what,
Oh,
Vin? I
thank
take
you,
it all
Vin
back,
Diesel.
buddy. You seem cool. You seem cool. And your song is really good.
Here's $3.
Also, dude, Tuesday we we need to record Buckerson and Myers, and we don't have
I
to do
can't
it
do it
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I gotta watch the debate.
Yeah, I gotta watch
I'm
it.
gonna watch the debate either way. But it sounds like a good Newsboyz. Well, you know what we should do? We should definitely do election night.
Oh,
Because
Jesus.
election night, people are gonna be lost. They're gonna look.
They're gonna need us.
They're gonna need us. That's the thing. People are gonna need someone to look through in these crazy times as our country falls apart. They're gonna need somebody to look to and be like, it's gonna be okay. And I think that we could be that thing for people.
Yeah. There's a Proud Boy rally in Portland. Jesus Christ. Let's not even go there. Psychic Tardo. All right, buddy. Do you, man. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life.
Who said what?
Nothing. Zach getting angry during the debate is the whole point. I just don't know if that is the whole point. Like, I don't think that's going to be entertaining, me seething with rage. I feel like that'll get old. So.
It could be. I think I just would need another host as well.
Yeah, you can't. It can't be you and me. You need to. Yeah.
Because you'll be throwing things.
Yeah.
We could get Josh Fatum.
That'd be cool. That'd be fun. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll just do the. Would you want to do the election though? Election night?
Let me think about it.
Okay.
Let me think about it. I'm open to it, but
all right.
Yeah.
I just feel that
I had an election night party at my house in 2016. I had like all these people over, and we put it up on the big screen, and it was like we're like, let's fucking, it's gonna be great. And dude, it was one of those things where like the writing started to be on the wall. It was like fucking watching 9/11 happen in slow motion. And I know that's like pretty hyperbolic.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
It's all good.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
It was just, I was traumatized in 2016. I just don't think I can fucking handle it again if it goes south. I'll fucking lose it.
On 2016, I was directing an episode of my show, and as it started to happen, everyone started to freak out, and I couldn't get people to work anymore.
Yeah, I get it.
We were shooting a late night thing, and I was like, guys, come on, we gotta do this setup. We gotta start this, and everybody's like calling their friends and stuff. Like I'm like, guys, come on, like that. And it was, and then I was going home, and I like called my wife, and I was like, this is crazy. Donald Trump's president? That's insane. Like, what a fucking weird world. Like, and I stopped to get a hamburger on the way home, and some lady sobbing came up to me in the parking lot. And she's like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
How did this happen? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But it was, people.
Dude,
it was,
straight up, the day after that happened was like September 12th in New York City, 2001. It was like after September 11th in New York, like for like 3 months, you could be on the subway and you could just turn to the stranger next to you and just be like, how you doing? And they'd be like, no, I don't know, man. I'm kind of fucked up. Like everyone like knew everyone. It felt like everyone had shared this tragedy in common, and there was like, you could talk to anyone at any time. And I remember like I was walking my dog in the park like the day after Trump was elected, and some guy in a like pickup truck like came too fast through the park, and I looked at this other couple that was walking their dog, and the guy was like, well, it's his America now. And it was just like, yeah, like it had that same vibe of like common fucking Drunken Spidey, thanks for the sub. Anyway,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just like, I think I just thought it was weird.
Except people died and shit. Obviously, you're right. And I get September 11th is like, yeah. I'm not, whatever. Fucking move on.
So here's a good question, Trevor. Given the state of current political climate, on the point of gun control and racial tension, have you ever tasted your own semen? I have not. I have not. We did that on my 24-hour show. We had Sam strapped to a lie detector, and then, or no, it was Timmy. We had Timmy strapped. We did it 2 different times. So we had Timmy strapped to a lie detector, and we'd ask these questions that seemed like they were going somewhere, and then we'd be like, "Have you ever wanted to fuck your mom?" And he would fail every time. Like,
Yes. Yes. What else is going on? What other news is happening?
I'm gonna go back to Drudge Report.
Go do it.
Should I share?
Yeah, dude. Who was the funnest to get drunk with? What a question.
Of who?
I know. Of us?
I don't know. She seems nice. Look at her.
No one with those eyes and lips could be mean. Or
She have weird.
she got great eyes.
She looks great. So what's her thing? She hates abortion. Is that her thing?
I think she hates abortion. I think she's like super conservative Christian. Yeah.
What is okay? So what am I looking for? And just see what is new. What is new? Okay, video. We saw that. The Virginia governor has COVID. Okay.
Wait, Ralph Northam has COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, dude. All right.
You know the Virginia governor's name?
Yeah, man. He's the guy that got... he's the dude where the yearbook photo surfaced where he was in blackface.
Oh, yeah.
Next to a guy is the Klan, and they're like, which one are you? And he goes, I don't know. Like,
Well,
you fucking
that's-
don't know? That means you did this all the time, dude.
Well, also, like, which do you take? Which do you claim? Do you claim blackface?
I know. He was like, they're both so bad, dude.
I don't know.
They're both so bad. I guess that kind of is the only correct answer. I don't know. You fucking loser. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, his answer is, which one do you think I was?
Yeah.
He's the guy that they were like, you dressed. I remember this. This was hilarious. They were like, you dressed in blackface, and he was like, yeah. He's like, I dressed as Michael Jackson once, and he was like, I used to do a pretty mean moonwalk, and some awesome reporter was like, would you do it for us? And then he was like, oh, and he was about to do it, and then his wife slaps him, where she's like, come the fuck on, like, you know. And it was the greatest.
He was gonna do it, dude. That guy is Michael Scott. Like, he is straight up. He is Michael Scott.
I can't think of anyone I hate more than his wife, because if she hadn't stopped him, that would have been the most amazing video. Like, you know.
She Tipper Gored him. She fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fucking great. What was I just gonna pull up? I fucking had a hot one. I lost it.
Does anyone have any? Trevor has that major Wayne's World vibe. Oh, because that's right. Because I have a black hat.
Sure.
Wayne's World had a
Party
black
time,
hat.
excellent, baby.
Does anybody have any news that happened?
Let me thank people while you look and find
Okay.
another story. And let me do some thanks because we're getting this is getting out of control here. Northridge Kid, thanks for the sub. Autumntastic, Drunken Spidey, Exode, Benin Jalotus, Jesus Christ, Ben Ninja Lotus. I don't know how to fucking say that. Vin Diesel, buddy, thanks for the donation. You know, I'm sorry I dissed your terrible song. Also,
Yeah, see,
go
it's
fuck
not
yourself.
it's not so easy to pronounce things sometimes.
No,
so
it's really not.
You shouldn't give shit to people who say Discman.
Dentist King, Thick and Wing, my man, Thick and Wing, Rex Bosworth. Yo, Rex Bosworth donated. Thick and Wing, $10, love it. Toko 1414, Disco Keaton, Sergeant Floyd 1972, Stevens Walking. You know what? Stevens Walking is a brilliant name. Stevens Walking.
That's
I like
funny.
that. Mr. Potts with 2 T's. Sergeant Floyd 1972. Captain
Someone said, talk
Kryptonite
about
has been
Ron-
gifting like a fucking beast. Fucking awesome. Sergeant Floyd. We got through it. Lint track. Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate ya.
Somebody said, what about the people threatening to strike if Joe Rogan isn't censored on Spotify?
What
I
is
heard
Joe
about
Rogan
that.
saying that's so crazy on Spotify? What's it?
So Joe Rogan sold his show for like $100 million to go to Spotify.
Right.
And then they archived it. And I think what they did is they took all of his interviews with Alex Jones and some people off.
And Gavin.
Oh, Gavin was on there?
Yeah, Gavin's one of the ones everyone's pissed at.
Well, Gavin, yeah. But then what I heard is that there's a group at Spotify that was like, oh, if we want like control over what Joe Rogan's podcast is,
Yeah.
which is just insane.
Right.
Because it's like, if you thought this was worth $100 million,
Yeah.
don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to the show that much. I watch clips every now and then. So I don't know what people are upset about on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But like, whatever it is, if it's the largest talk show, like, people talk about Jimmy Fallon or, Jimmy Kimmel. Rogan's the biggest talk show of the time.
That's crazy. Yeah, and true.
So it's like, it's whatever it's doing that you felt the need to pay $100 million for it. You shouldn't start fucking with it once you buy it. Now I have no idea what people are upset about, but I'm just saying that's my take on, don't buy something for $100 million and then try to change it.
Yeah. I'm with you.
So I'm reading to see if I can find more about this.
Yeah, right. It's annoying to me that people are trying to hold entertainers to the same standards as reporters. He's not a fucking reporter. He's a podcaster. Take whatever he says with a grain of salt.
He's
dude's
the
just
guy
talking.
from Fear Factor. He's a funny guy who,
Yeah.
just
I mean, he's
like,
been punched in the head 100,000 times.
Yeah.
Fuck Andy Dick. Fuck Andy Dick. Fuck him. Fuck Andy. Dude, we have so many Andy Dick stories, but I don't know if we can tell them. But Jesus
Everybody
Christ.
has Andy Dick stories. Yeah, I don't think there's a person on this planet that doesn't have an Andy Dick story.
Yeah.
Trevor, do you think you'll ever go back on your? What are they? Oh, you're talking about Joe Rogan. Oh, I don't know. I mean, if, it would be great to go on if we get this movie ready. It'd be great to like see if we could all go on and like promote the movie.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Someone says I don't have an Andy Dick story.
Well, you need to get out more, bro.
That alone is your Andy Dick story.
Yeah, you're a unique snowflake for that.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Lil Pepperino says, Trevor, can you shout me out? Zach is the only one that responds, and he's the GOAT for that shit.
Well, you just did. You just did it.
Yeah.
Why isn't Zach moonwalking? I don't think I'm going to moonwalk, bro. Comrade Khan, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Gifting like a beast. Andy Dick killed Phil Hartman. A lot of people think Andy Dick did kill Phil Hartman. They'd be wrong.
Well, he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah.
But the rumor, I believe, is that Andy Dick was Phil Hartman's wife was addicted to cocaine, and obviously could not handle cocaine, and because I think she shot him high on cocaine,
I believe so.
And so I think Andy Dick I think she'd been sober for a while, and she was partying with Andy Dick, and he got her back onto it. That's the rumor. I don't know that, but that's what someone says. Who the fuck is Phil Hartman? He was the voice of Troy McClure on The Simpsons.
Yeah. Also, and this is a rumor, but I think it's true, is that in Phil Hartman's opening credits shot on SNL, he's sitting in a booth in a restaurant.
This is true.
In the foreground is a woman, and her hair is moving. And it's just like a 2-second shot. But her hair's moving because that was Phil Hartman's wife, and she wouldn't stop turning and looking into the camera. And they're like, you can't look in the camera. You can't look in the camera. And the one time she looked back at him, Phil realized this is my moment, and he smiled and did his thing. And her hair's moving because that was the only moment where she wasn't looking into the camera, which is kind of creepy. I don't know if it's true.
One of the worst wives you could ever have.
Yeah, that's not a good wife. That's not a good wife. I think people are saying E! True Hollywood Story, so I guess that's where that rumor comes from.
Trevor, talk about the Russian scientist who claims his team battled a creature under the Antarctic ice. I have never heard about
that.
This.
Sounds so cool, dude.
Yeah, what do you got?
Yeah. Tell a James Franco story. No.
Do you know James Franco?
I've met him, but I don't know him. I don't know him. Little Vixen donated $10. Thank you, Little Vixen. You little angel. You're not a vixen. You're an angel. Talk about... Yeah, not reading that.
What?
I don't... Nothing.
I want to read the thing you didn't want to read.
Courtney Love is a worst... Whoa, wait. You have a good Courtney Love story, right? What about our friend...
It's not my story. It's Jonah Ray's story.
Does he tell it on stage?
I think he tells it on stage,
Okay,
so I don't want to tell it. But that's a
you should
look
good
up
story, dude.
Jonah Ray's Courtney Love story. It's fantastic.
Yeah, man. Truth or dare? That would be weird. Nope.
Zach, who is the most famous person you personally know?
Really? Is this a question that should be answered right now?
Oh, I don't know. Is that a bad question?
I don't know. I don't want to. Oh yeah, Pork Sweats just nailed it. That's probably the one.
Who would they say?
Machi subbed with Prime. They must be very famous, Sweet Cake says. Matt and Trey. I don't know Matt and Trey. I wish I did. I used to have the same agent as Matt and Trey. I got invited to a party at their house, and it was the week that the Muhammad cartoon fiasco was going on with them. Remember where they were everyone was like, they're gonna be murdered. They're gonna be murdered. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
And I couldn't go. It wasn't because of that, but I remember that was. Why do I start these stories and I just bail on them? It's not even a good story. Their house. Wait, they live together. They have a big house in Malibu.
I got Sam.
Oh, great.
Should I answer it?
Yeah. Speaker.
What? Hold on, you're not on speaker. What's going on?
What the fuck?
Oh, this is a bit.
Hold on.
We haven't said shit about you, Sam.
Wait, what are you doing? Is this a bit?
No, it's not a bit.
What are you upset about?
We
You guys are eating shit out there.
We're what?
You're eating shit.
What do you mean?
You're just you're not talking about the news. This is supposed to be.
Oh, this is a stupid bit. Sam, fuck you. Fuck off.
Hey, Dak, a bet's a bet. You still owe me.
What does that mean?
Yeah, he says a bet's a bet. You
A
still
dare's a dare.
a
A
dare.
dare's a dare.
Oh my god, Sam, you're exhausting, dude. The Smeg Magician just gifted like a beast. Holy shit, Smeg Magician, you're fucking great.
I get to suck your dick.
No,
Sam, have you started drinking
yeah,
again?
are you wasted, dude?
No, I'm not.
No,
Jack thinks
I'm
you're
not.
drunk.
Zach called me, and he asked me if I would suck his dick.
Whoa, buddy, you flipped it. I said I would suck your dick, dude. I asked if I could suck yours, and now you want to suck mine?
That's even better.
No, that's so weird that you want to
That's
suck
weird that you
his.
flipped it.
It's normal to want him to suck yours. It's weird to want to suck his.
Yeah, dude, you're calling a guy like, you said I would suck your dick. And like, dude, the dare was the opposite.
Is your webcam broken, Trevor?
Is my webcam broken?
Zach? Yeah. Can you not see Zach? That's a win either way.
Okay. All right.
Is he drunk? Sincerely.
I think Sam drinks on Fridays.
What is going on with him?
It would be a win if Zach sucked your dick or you sucked his dick.
Sam, you were doing so good not drinking.
Oh,
You
did
pulled
you
your
just
life
fall
together.
off?
I'm doing great, and I'm not drinking.
Hang up on him. Hang up on him.
Dick play with
This is Newsboyz. This isn't.
All right, I gotta go. But if you're going through a rough spot and you want anyone to talk to,
Call Timmy or Darren.
There's it works if you work it. Keep coming back.
You guys are going through a rough spot in your show right now.
Sam, we're doing great. We're thriving.
Yeah.
You're like barely talking about Andy.
Yeah, it's not about Andy Dick. All right, Sam, I gotta go. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Oh my god, dude. How did he get that twisted? I definitely said I wanted to suck his dick, and now he's bent out of shape because he doesn't get to suck mine. That's fascinating to me. Oh my god.
Easily my least favorite segment in the show.
Yeah, we gotta not do that segment anymore.
Yeah.
So Refuculated said, "This is a modless stream, a wasteland of depraved idiots." What are we supposed to do? What would a mod do right now? I don't even know.
I think this is a great community. I think there's nothing been said in here that's weird, right?
No, not that I've seen.
Everyone's great. We don't need mods.
Yeah.
That's what the other news shows want you to think. They think that you can't run yourselves. They want you to think that you need mods to keep you in line. You don't. You're fine. You're great.
Yeah. A lot of people are really trying to get me to moonwalk. I can't moonwalk. I'm not going to. Maybe that'll be a hype train reward or something, but I'm not doing it.
Wow, it's going real fast now, though.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if we can slow. How do I slow chat down? I know there's a command to do it. You know what? If Nate is watching, he can slow it down. I don't know. Whatever. Knee Brace Radio. That's Nick. Yes, I just did Nick's podcast. I think it's called Knee Brace Radio. It'll be coming out soon. So if you want to hear me talk even more, listen to Knee Brace Radio. Did Nadler? Okay, will you look up Jerry Nadler shits his pants? Because I think he shit his pants on TV. I'm actually not even sure who Jerry Nadler is, which is a little embarrassing. Let me pull.
Is he a sports guy?
You know what? Maybe. Jerry Nadler.
Jerry Nadler accident.
He's a Jerry Nadler accident. He's a U.S. representative. He's a congressman. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah, I'm so ready.
subject, not part of this package, but part of preserving our democracy.
Oh my God, the
With that,
cameraman
please
is-
yield to the distinguished
He
chairwoman.
shit himself.
Yeah, dude, that dude shit himself, man. That's 100%.
Work on this subject.
I like that
not
the
part of this
cameraman
package,
zooms out
but
to keep
part
him in
of,
frame.
Preserving our democracy. With that, I'm pleased to yield to the distinguished chairwoman.
Do you think that Nancy Pelosi smells
On
it?
this subject, not part of this package,
going on with her
but
face?
part of
She's got her mask on under
Got
her.
her pull
our
her mask up.
democracy. With that, I'm pleased to yield to the distinguished.
Dude. So
Yeah,
wait
that
a
guy
minute.
shit
Is this
himself.
just like, do we know he shit his pants, or is this just like, this is the rumor that people are spreading?
Dude, I've seen some pants shitting in my life. That dude shit his pants.
Oh,
That's the thing, because everybody's too fucking old. We gotta have like.
You're right, dude.
There's too many fucking old people running this country that it's like, oh well, we gotta, try not to talk about how he shit himself in front of everyone. Like,
Did you see there's a photo of Trump golfing and the dude is clearly wearing a diaper? Like, our fucking, come on.
yeah, everyone's old. They're fucking ancient.
God, dude. Yeah, that guy shit his pants. There's no way. Why else would anyone walk that way? Thank you, Poopified. That's kind of you to say.
we have 900
Yeah, Trevor, that's a good question. Somebody said, when's the last time Trevor shit his pants? I'd love to know.
So I went down to I went down like when my wife had our kid, just as right afterwards.
Oh, this is recent, dude. Okay.
This is recent. She had to go for work down to New Orleans, and I had like the week off. So I was like, oh, I'll come down and I'll just hang out with the kid, but he's a baby. So I didn't think this through because I was like, oh, this will be fun. Like, I'll take the baby to New Orleans. And, he wasn't fun yet. He didn't want to do anything.
Uh-huh.
So like, he just kind of like was like crying and everything like that. So I was just in a hotel room. I was like, this sucks. I'm never doing this again. I'm never going with my wife on because then you just become the babysitter. And it's like, so I don't want to do that anymore. But there was a gumbo place and I ate a bunch of gumbo at it. And then I went, I put my kid in the stroller and I was walking down Bourbon Street and all of a sudden, like I kind of farted, but then it was more than that. And I was like, oh my God, like I have to go back. And I was like wearing white jeans like I am today, like it's like white jeans, like, And so I'm doing that walk. I'm like going back, like trying to get to the hotel, and I'm like miles away from the hotel. So I had to go like, cause I'd walked far and it's hot and I get there and in my head, like I'm feeling it dripping down my legs, like, and I'm like, oh God, this is going to be a disaster. And then I get into the hotel room and then I take off my pants. I put my kid in the thing. I take off my pants in the bathroom. Nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, it was a fake.
Dude.
Like, it was just like it was just like a bad fart, but nothing happened. But it was just me sweating that I felt like I was just covered in shit. And then I got there and it was nothing at all. So,
dude, did I ever tell you this story? So when I was in high school, I was probably like a junior in high school. Maybe I was a sophomore. Doesn't matter. The point is my dad left when I was a sophomore, so it had to be then. So I was getting really bad grades in school. And my dad, who I did not have a relationship with, like, at all. Like, my dad and I, by this point in our lives, were really not even on speaking terms. But we lived in the same house, and it was tough. And I got really bad grades in school, and he came down, and he was like, get in the car, we're going to go for a ride. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I get in the car, and he drives, and I'm like, he's going to ream me out. Like, I'm about to get, like, this is going to be vicious. And he drives me to this park on the Potomac River, and we go up on this cliff, and we're like looking out at the river, and we sit down, and he was
did
just
you
like,
for a second think he might kill you?
No.
They took you to the cliff?
He was just like, he's like, listen, man, like, you're not doing well in school, and like there are real repercussions. And basically, the point is, he had a very like adult, respectful conversation with me, and it was really amazing. And I remember thinking like, wow, like this is a moment, like this is a real moment for our relationship, and I was like, really grateful in that moment. And we leave the cliff, and I have this like buzz of like I'm getting along with my dad that I like never had, and I had to pee, And so he had to pee too. So he's like, hey, I'm gonna pee on this tree. I'm like, cool, I'll go around the bend and I'm gonna pee on a different tree. So I go way up ahead and I'm like peeing on this tree, and I hear that he's done before me and he's rounding the corner. And I'm like, fuck, for whatever reason, you're a kid. I'm in high school. I was like, I don't want my dad to come be like next to me as I'm peeing. So I was like, hurry, pee. I was like, come on, go. And I was like forcing it. I was
you don't want him. You don't want him to put his arm around you.
Yeah, like, I don't want him to be like, I'm glad we had this talk. Like, mwah, kiss my forehead while my dick is in my hand.
Powerful stream, son.
No. So I'm like, come on, Pete, just get out. I'm like, my whole core, I'm like clenching and I'm pushing and I shit my pants, like full shit my pants. So now my dad's coming around the corner. We just had the most beautiful moment we've ever had. My dad's coming around the corner. I'm like, and I'm so, now I've got a pants full of shit. I'm like putting my penis away before I've even done peeing. So I like peed and shit my pants. I'm walking. We have a walk. We have a fucking walk. So we're like walking to the car.
It could go.
What?
This is the worst it could go.
It's so bad, right? Yeah. We walk to the car, and then I have to get in a car with this man. Like, he doesn't notice anything on the walk. We're all good. Like, I'm kind of like, make sure I'm like a little behind him. We get in the car. I immediately like roll the window down. It's like fall or winter. It's cold. I'm just like, no, I want it to be down. I want it to be down. We drive home. He doesn't say a goddamn word. Like, he and I also don't smell it. And I don't know what's going on. Like, I can't believe I don't smell the load of shit.
This is why your dad left. He was like, I'm out of
here. I know,
he
did leave. He left like shortly after this. And then I get home, I run to the bathroom and I pull my pants down. I'm thinking it's going to be a log, dude. It was like a spot. It was like the tiniest little spot. Your brain just doesn't fucking know how to process it, and it just jumps to emergency mode,
Dude, shit's tricky, man.
Shit is tricky. Your asshole and your brain don't have like communication.
Hey, can you tell a story? One of my favorite of your stories is the blind kid.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that an okay story?
Yeah. I mean, it's a doozy. We're going to be here for a minute. Okay. So I was in junior high. I went to Williamsburg Elementary School in Arlington, Virginia. It's a very big public elementary school. There's, probably like a couple thousand kids there. It's hard to know where to begin. I haven't told this story in forever, but like at that time.
I'll be right back.
All right. Should I just keep telling it while you're gone?
Yeah,
I'll tell chat. Whatever. There's a lot of people here. I'll tell them. At that time, I was like really into like youth group, like at my church, and I'm, it's a little cringy to acknowledge, but I'll fucking acknowledge it now. I was so into like youth group that I would wear like Jesus shirts sometimes, which is super embarrassing. So yeah. Anyway, so I was that fucking idiot that would like do that. And I was also in an a cappella group called the Boys Quintet. It was like 5 white boys and our cool black teacher, Mr. Green, and he would tolerate us, and we sang like shit. And we would always sing the same song, "In the Still of the Night," which is like ridiculous. And I would just be like, "Shut up, shoo-be-doo." And we would like travel and like sing this song at like malls and like other schools. It was like fucking ridiculous. Anyway,
I used to go see you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I followed you guys.
The Boys Quintet, everybody did. Yeah. All right, so that's what's going on with me in like 7th grade. And at that time, there were these 2 kids in my grade, Chris and Seth, right? Seth was blind, and he had like a rat tail because like no one told him like, hey, rat tails aren't cool, dude. Like no one's gonna. He didn't know everyone wasn't rocking a rat tail. Maybe no one told him
he had a rat tail.
What's that?
Maybe no one told him he had a rat tail. They're just like...
He did. He played with it constantly. They were just like, he likes it. Let him have it. We all have rat tails, man. Very cool. And his best friend was this kid, Chris. And Chris was he was in a wheelchair. And it was one of those like motorized wheelchairs. And I don't know what his issue was, but he was very, very ill. And they were best friends because they were in like special ed together. And they were best friends. One day, Chris died. Okay? Very sad. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he died, but he did. And so the courtyard of my school...
Chris is the guy in the wheelchair.
The wheelchair guy died.
Yeah.
And so they're going to have this big memorial at my school. And all the grades are going to be out there. And all the teachers and Chris's parents are going to be there. And they planted a tree, a baby dogwood tree in the middle of the courtyard to honor him.
Which is the Virginia state flower.
It's the Virginia state tree, that's right. And they have like eulogy after eulogy where like kids are getting up on stage. They like built a stage and they're all like, you know, mourning him. His mom is there, dude. His mom gives a eulogy. And but before his mom gives a eulogy, they thought it was appropriate to have the boys quintet come and sing a song. So I'm up on stage singing in the still of the night, which has nothing to do with a dead kid, but like, okay, well, they tell me to do it, I'm doing it. So I'm up there, I'm singing it. And then when we're done with our song, they don't take us off stage. So I'm still standing on stage and they go, and up next is going to be Seth, Chris's best friend, to say a few words. And Seth is blind. Somebody leads him by the hand around the dogwood tree that's new. And they bring him up on stage. And this little blind boy gives a eulogy to his dead best friend. And everyone in the fucking courtyard is sobbing. Except for me, because I'm a sociopath and I just like had not developed empathy yet. So I was just like, I'm still on stage. It's so weird. And you guys are gonna hate me when this story ends.
You know what? When I said at the beginning, I was like, tell this story. It's one of my favorite stories. As you've gotten into it,
I know. I'm realizing too. I'm like, this is not going to end well for any of them.
I forgot that a handicapped kid died in it, and now I'm like, oh fuck!
I've come this far. Do I finish or do I? Yeah, I can't bail. I've already bailed on so many stories. I'm fucking doing it now. Oh god!
I just for the record, we forgot how dark this was when we started talking about it.
All right, so Seth gives his eulogy. Everyone's crying. Everyone is crying. I'm not crying. And it's Seth's done, and he has to return to his seat. But the girl that led him up by the hand is not leading him back to his seat. So I'm fucking laughing as I'm doing it. So he has to go on his own to find his chair. And he's doing a good job, dude. He's doing a good job. He's like heading towards his chair. He's spatially fucking aware. He's been in this courtyard plenty of times. But he doesn't know that there's a new dogwood tree planted in the middle of the courtyard. And so he walks alone, unchaperoned, and as the branches of this tree stab his blind eyes, he like walks right into it, and he goes like, ah, ah, ah! He like makes this sound. I alone on stage, alone, go, ah! I like make a loud laugh. Like, dude, you heard two sounds. You heard him going like, oh god, and me go like, ah! And then it was just like, dude, everyone in that courtyard, every student, every teacher was like, you're a piece of shit. And like, dude, I could feel that you're a piece of shit for like days, man. Like days of going to school, and it's just like, yeah, I'm the guy that laughed at the blind kid. But it was like, in that moment, the fucking irony, the fucking coincidence.
It's funny. It's objectively funny.
Thank you, man. That's why we found each other later in life, because like, dude, ridiculous, man.
It's not your fault. Yeah. Oh my god.
Sad.
I forgot how dark that was.
That's dark. Yeah.
Here, I'll switch it back to something a little more light. When you were talking about stories with your dad, when I was I forget how old I was, but I was like at that age where they got to talk to you about the birds and the bees.
Yeah.
And it was very similar, where my dad out of nowhere was like, Trevor, why don't you and I go and walk around the river?
How's that possible?
And I was immediately like, huh? What? This is not a thing that you and I do. Like, you go to work and I sit here and watch TV, and then like, you know, kind of maybe he's like, let's go just take a stroll around the river. Like, and we lived 30 like minutes away from the river. It was like a river in town. So like, I'm going with my dad. I'm like, something's fucking up. Like, you know, there's something that's going to happen here. I don't know what it is. And we get there and we're walking around the river, and I'm like, yeah, look, there's water, and there's like, I think I see a fish. No, I don't.
Chat's asking how old you are, and I'm curious, how old are you at this time?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, it's that age where.
Are you prepubescent?
Yes. Yeah. Like, I'm like elementary school.
Okay.
You know, kind of thing. Like, you know.
You're a little kid. You're just
a
little boy.
I'm just a little boy. Yeah. And so and so we're sitting there, and like, and my dad goes, I feel like, I want to talk to you about sex.
Oh,
And I'm
God
just
in
like,
heaven.
oh God,
No.
shit. And I'm like, Dad, it's fine. Like, I'm like, I already know, like that. And he was like, well, let me just go through it anyway.
This is hell.
And I'm like, Dad, you don't have to. Me and all my friends, we're very cool. We know. we get it like that. And he's like, well, let me talk. Okay, then you walk me through it. Like, what happens? And I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, all right, it's a guy and a girl. You put your dick in her vagina.
Did you say
like
dick?
That. Yeah, well, no, I said penis. I probably said penis. I was like, you put your penis in her vagina. And he was like, okay, that's good. And I was like, and he's like, and then what? And I was like, do I really have to? And he's like, yeah.
I've already explained that I know, dude.
Yeah, and he's like, what happens then? I was like, well, then you pee in her.
Oh, no.
Which is a joke we basically use in that whitest
Yeah,
sketch
right.
like that. But my dad's like, yeah, no. Like
Oh
in my
my
head, I was like,
God.
well, that's what you do. You put your dick in and then you pee in her.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know how I had the talk? My mom gave me these tapes by Focus on the Family. I know you know what that is, right?
Yeah, I used to listen to that.
Focus on the Family is this like terrible Dr. Dobson. It's like a super Christian radio show, and they made these like tape series, and I remember tape 3 of the series was like, play this for your child. And so like it'll teach, like, I think it was literally like, if your child doesn't have a dad, play him this tape and I'll explain the birds and the bees to this kid. So my mom, out of the blue,
Who's
was
the
like,
guy who's like, I got an idea for a tape?
I know, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, I want to tell the birds and the bees to all sorts of kids.
Dude, I would like to get my hands on that tape and listen to it.
We should. That's what we should listen. We should investigate that.
Yeah.
I bet we can find it on YouTube.
I bet we can.
And we should listen to that on the next Newsboyz.
Focus on the Family, something. All right.
We're 2 viewers away from 1,000. Oh my God! If we can hit 1,000.
I can never see how many people are watching.
Oh, now we're losing them. Now we're 6 away.
You know what? You guys are kind of blowing it on this whole not 1,000 thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed.
Everyone who's in this Newsboyz is banned for life if we don't get to 1,000.
Yeah, I had to go sit in my room and like listen to this tape on headphones where a stranger explained to me what masturbation was and how sex works. And then I like came out and my mom was like, do you have any questions? And I was just like, this is the weirdest fucking experience of my life. I was like, no. Anyway.
Yeah, you should have just been like, yeah, Mom, I'm not interested. Thank you. What a weird way to hit on your son.
Oh my God. That was a Gary Glitter album. Yeah, right? Boy, oh boy. Yep. Do you know how you're gonna do it? I mean, you're only a couple years away from having to have that conversation.
He's got the internet. He's fine.
Yeah, he will be fine, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you really need to do the birds and the bees talk to your kid anymore?
I don't think you do, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like kids just, they see everything.
Oh, we're 1 away. Oh my God. 1 more and we get 1,000.
All right. Let us
Come
know,
on.
people. What do we do
People who
at
are just
1,000?
flipping through, come on in. People who are watching we're at 999. 999. This is so stressful. Are we going to go up or are we going to go down? Oh God. This is going to determine my mood for the rest of the evening. Yeah, we did it!
Hey!
Oh!
Fuck yeah, dude. Way to go,
1,010.
chat. All right, that feels good. I like that.
We are the most popular Twitchers to ever do it.
I think you're right about that. I think
Yeah.
that's true.
Hype train incoming.
Uh-oh. All right, at a hype train, we should call Timmy and do something crazy.
I gotta be honest, 1,000 feels good.
Yeah.
Like, I like being at 1,000. I felt real shitty down there in the 900s.
It's cooler here. It's
Yeah.
cooler.
It's really cool.
Oh, hype train incoming. Okay, all right, let's honor the hype train. What do we do if we max this hype train out?
You want to call someone?
You have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. So, yeah, we'll call Timmy. What do we do if we hit level 5, 500%, right? That's the goal. We hit level 5, 500%. We got to do something.
Now, I still do not understand how the hype train works.
I don't really know either. I know that I think people are like look, so people are gifting, like Rangina just went fucking off. That's awesome. It's people
Rangina.
contribute and buy subs for other people, and then that boosts us up. So what are we at now? Hype Train is
that's
it?
nice.
Look, Twerkin' Maggle's going off. I love you, Twerkin' Maggle. You're one of my very favorites. Toko 1414's going off. You like to see it.
I wonder if I'm ever. So you've been doing this more than me.
We're at level 4. We're gonna hit this Hype Train quick, dude.
So what are we gonna do? We're gonna call.
See, Spliskin's going off. The King coming correct. Rude Nate. I think we could call Timmy. You have to do it because I called Timmy today and offered to eat his ass.
Timmy. I'll call Timmy.
The Smeg Magician, Knee Brace Radio, love it. Hal Gorgeous, you guys are all okay. So they're forcing us to. Succubus Spaceman, Captain Kryptonite. Thank you guys.
Level 5.
Level 5. Are we gonna get to 500%?
What am I saying to Timmy?
I would say call Timmy and just see what you can say to just bewilder him. It doesn't even matter. Just try and pork sweats. Or you could call and be like, Timmy, here's what you do. Say, Timmy, Zach is like, Zach's upset. Because I guess he called and he asked if he could eat your ass, and it was kind of a Twitch thing, but like he didn't like your reaction.
So he'll know it's a joke. What if I say, hey, did you and Zach have a fight?
Fat Camp Games, Red Wind 5527.
Zach was saying that you got upset at him and he was being really weird.
Sure.
I think you should call him.
Okay, that's the can you get Timmy to call me and be like, hey, are we cool? He might know we're streaming.
All right, let's try it.
Give it a shot. Speakerphone.
Really haven't been this time.
I woke you up?
But I'm like going to sleep like in a minute. What's up?
I was just calling because I was like, have you talked to Zach recently?
On the Twitch stream I did. He called me today, and I think he was streaming while he talked to me.
I think he's like thinks that you're mad at him. I would call him.
Are you guys still on Newsboyz right now?
No. What's Newsboyz?
Oh, okay. Anyways, hi Zach.
I fucked it up. I did too much of a lie.
What's Newsboyz? Come on, man.
Lie.
You guys are bad at this.
All right, bye, Timmy.
All right, bye, Timmy.
Bye, love you guys.
Love you,
Timmy. Oh my God. What's Newsboyz?
I fucked it up.
That was good.
I think
our hype train's at 9:33, dude.
I think I would have gotten him to call you if I wasn't stupid.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. When you fuck with somebody for almost 20 years, like they get thick skin. Like we could 10 years ago we would have had him in the palm of our hand with that.
Because he knew. He was like, you're still on Newsboyz. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Someone says, Trevor, you're dumb. I know
Trevor, you're dumb.
I know that.
Yeah. Dolllickers, call Darren. Yeah, Darren actually, it's 12:19. We can't call Darren. It's too late. He's got 2 kids. Timmy has 1. Darren's twice as important.
Well,
call
he's on
Pete
the East
Holmes.
Coast too.
No. McCopman. McCopman. Thank you for the sub, dude. Golden Fluffy Pancakes. Yeah, Darren has 2. Should I not say that? Maybe I should say it. No, it's not.
Oh, so Sam just texted me. He said, tell Timmy he never thanked Zach for the gift he got him.
Tell Timmy he never thanked Zach for the gift he got him.
And then Sam texted me again. Sam's just texting. He's just texting. He says, we should do a Star Wars D&D campaign.
No. God, Sam is just dying to be on Newsboyz, dude. He just can't stand it.
Do you think Sam actually wants to be on Newsboyz?
Yes.
Wouldn't you want like a night off?
What is he gonna do? Every night's a night off.
When I watch like Timmy or you play it, when I see it, I'm like, oh great, someone's keeping the light going like that. But I have no like I don't want to be there. Like I'm like, great. the channel's working, but like I don't have to do it tonight. Like, you know, why would you want to be on a show that you don't have to be on? Or is that a negative attitude?
No, not at all. It's realist.
Although this is the greatest show on the network.
This is the flagship show. This is why.
the
Why would you
flagship.
want to be anywhere else? Let's be realistic.
We talked about, yeah. This is it, and we have the best fans. We have the best, like, you know, the Newsboys army, Newsboys Nation is even better than like Self-Suck, like Saturday's crew.
Keeganarchist, whatever the fuck. Thanks for getting down. I appreciate that. Should I do another tag up here? Let me make sure. It's important that we are appreciative to these fine folks.
Oh, this is a funny thing. Someone says Sam puts the cuck in WKUK.
That's funny.
I like that.
Donations for Sam. Someone's name is Donations for Sam. All right, that's cool. Foxy Tay, thank you. Smeg Magician, Rayo Studios, Toko1414,
Guess who's calling me?
Necronomicon.
Guess who's calling me?
Oh boy.
All right,
He's
I'm
just
gonna
I
answer
don't
this-
want to be on Newsboys. Yes, he did.
I'm going to answer this because we were talking about him.
Stony253, Boner Honk Farts. That's a great
What?
name, dude.
Come on.
What do you mean?
You're reading out rude comments about me?
Oh, well,
Is that what this show is now?
yeah, that might have gone too far.
Rude comments about me?
Thick
Probably
and Wing,
shouldn't have.
thanks, buddy. Red Wind,
apologize.
Fat Camp Games.
Better than Self-Suck Saturday. Newsboys is better than Self-Suck Saturday.
Newsboys
Yeah,
is...
maybe well, actually, first of all, no.
What do you say? First of all, what?
You say, first of all, no.
Bring it up your ass.
Self-Suck Saturday's better than Newsboys.
Yeah. It's clearly better than Newsboys. We got more viewers, better crew.
Do we have more viewers on Self-Suck Saturdays?
I think we do.
We're at over 1,000 right now.
Yeah. That's like the low point of Self-Suck Saturday.
Well, I think the thing about the Newsboys is it's not the amount of viewers, it's the quality of the viewers.
Our viewers on Newsboys are definitely a cut above our viewers on Self-Suck Saturday.
It's the same people. They come over.
They're different. They're definitely different, dude.
It's different people. I don't think there's one person that watches Newsboys that watches Self-Suck Saturdays.
That's bullshit. Bullshit. You guys are full of shit.
Well, we're full of shit and wildly popular.
Yeah, wild. Yeah, super popular.
Time Magazine sent us an email today that wanted to see if Zach and I wanted to be one of maybe its People of the Year for Newsboys.
We're not even sure if we want to, though.
Fucking boomer.
What?
No one reads Time Magazine, you fucking boomer.
That's true. Sam is the youngest member of the comedy troupe at an innocent 39 years old.
38.
You're 38?
38.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sam's the baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Sam,
Grandpa.
you know I love you, but every time you come on the phone, our viewers drop. So I gotta go.
I can see the viewers. I know that's not true.
We're down in the 900s now. You're killing us. All right, bye.
Bye, Sam. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're $9.99. What the fuck?
He really did. He really did.
All right.
He knocked us out of the thousands.
Pot Pie, Closters, Fat Camp Games, Uber Justice, DVTV, Pork Sweats, Endless Scummer, Majestic Space Ben, Captain Kryptonite. Thank
Look,
you
as
guys.
soon as he's gone, we're back up to 1,014.
That's legit, dude. That's what I'm saying. He's
That is
deaf. Sam is deaf.
Empirical truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sam, if you're watching, and I know you are, you can call in one time during our show from now on. You cannot call in twice because it's just ratings death.
Oh my god.
That's saying 0 times, Sam. But you and I are good friends. I'm gonna say you can call in one time a show. No, Sam, I'm not picking up.
Is he calling again? No, don't answer it. Don't answer it.
Sam, I can't.
Yeah.
I've got to think about the channel.
Zach, what's your best Trevor sketch
I'm
story?
declining.
Adamus, thank you for the sub. What's my best Trevor sketch story? That's a good question. What
does that even mean?
Like a story of like you that's like related to shooting a sketch? I don't know. Oh, he's calling me now, dude. No. I'm not doing it.
Oh, he's gonna get real mad. Well, you should answer it. You should answer it and tell him that he can't call you either.
I'm calling back. Actually, I'm gonna call him because I want him to set up a raid.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, dude? I'm returning your call.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can call into your show as many times as I fucking want to.
All right.
Yeah, it's a bit. See, the thing is.
Yeah, he thinks it's funny.
I don't want bits. Like, you know, if you're mad, call in, fine, but don't do a bit.
Hey, Sam, I know you're watching. Set up a raid so we raid Choom after this.
Sam, let me tell you something. This like fake bit shit like might fly on Self-Suck Saturdays where everyone who's watching is a fucking moron. But
it went to 974. We dropped down.
Yeah, I know.
Unbelievable.
But these Newsboyz, this is a sophisticated audience. They demand more shit.
They're better than this, Sam.
Yeah, they don't want to see a fucking bit.
Jesus Christ. All right. Sorry, everybody. Sorry for that. Ugh. Sam should do an Alex Jones type show against the Newsboyz on Twitch. He should, and he'll attract mouth breeders and people with gigantic foreheads, and they'll all love his show, and it'll be fucking great. And he'll have 30 viewers.
Well, should we call it?
Well, yeah, it's 9:30. We did 2.5 hours. I think that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty good. I think this was our longest Newsboyz.
I love it. And we crushed. We learned a ton about the world and the news and the state of affairs.
Yeah. And so what about so you're still thinking about the debate?
I'm thinking about it. Let me get back. Let me sleep on that. I'm leaning towards yes.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards.
Here's the other part, dude. We're both married. You think I know that like I can't like, hey, sorry, sweetie, I'm gonna be in the garage streaming for this momentous night. No, that's not gonna fly.
She wants to watch it with you?
I would imagine so. I don't know.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't think my wife wants to watch it with me.
You don't think so? I bet she does, dude.
I bet she does.
You really think she doesn't?
Yeah.
She thinks she'll be annoying. She thinks she'll just be saying like jaded shit.
She wants to be like, so what's this guy? Who's this guy doing? What's his?
Yeah. So who's good? Who's bad?
I think the Supreme Court lady is pretty. She doesn't need that. So all right, think about it. I might do it either way, or I might not. You know what? We'll send a tweet out on Tuesday.
I tell you what I can definitely do is pop in and out. No doubt about it. So if you're going to do it, I'll be on and off for the evening, but I just don't think I want to commit to the night.
That makes sense. But think about election night, because I think people are going to need us.
Well, I know people are going to need us. I don't doubt that for a second. Yeah.
And I think that we have a little bit of with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Spider-Man said that.
Yeah.
And there we go. It's two callbacks together.
All right, wait. Let me finish these tag ups here, and then tomorrow, everybody, we're gonna do Self-Suck Saturday. It's gonna be all the whitest kids, and we're gonna go over some fan art. We're gonna do. How did you feel about doing sketch commentary? Was that good? You think we should do that?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't care.
It felt awkward to me. Airing.
Didn't like it.
All right, let's not do it.
I think that Twitch needs to be a separate thing from YouTube. I think the YouTube thing is working over there, and I think Twitch, it's more like we talk to the fans, we look over, we have our conversations together, but we still look over. I think they're different. I don't know.
Oh, here's a question. Should we be uploading all of our Twitch streams to YouTube? Because I don't know if you saw it, there's a channel that's doing it already. And the dude actually is cool, and he reached out to me. He was like, I hope you're cool that I'm doing this. He's not monetizing it. But, like, it's getting a lot of views. Like, should we be doing that?
I don't know. I kind of think then I like there being two different communities in a weird way. Like, I kind of think that it's cool that you only can see the Twitch stuff on Twitch.
Well, it's on YouTube, dude.
Oh.
And he already has like people.
Well,
something to think about.
Right.
We don't have to decide right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would. I
right.
would be interested to know what chat thinks. I feel like chat always has like.
Yeah. What does chat think? They're
Chat always
smarter
has
than us.
opinions about this stuff. If you don't, other people will. You do clips of it that works. Get the money. Blah blah blah. Keep them
Oh
split.
yeah, I like what you did. You edited all those Newsboys clips.
Yeah, that's fun.
That was cool, and we put those up this week. I thought that worked well. I think we should do it for Newsboys. I don't really care about the other shows on this channel.
All right, something to think about. All right, Doll Lickers, thank you. Hang on, let me just finish these really quick.
Oh, do we have any more people?
I mean, we've been. Everyone has been super cool tonight. We've gotten some great stuff. Rayo Studios, Hugh. I can't. Some of these names are like impossible to say. Hugh, Sayo, Coyote. What the fuck? Timberbot. Thanks, buddy. Old Bish. Virtue Garcia. Adameus Foxy Tay. Organic Leaf Blower. Wolf 4216. Ace is 96. Pug Fat. The Wily Coyote. Primed with a sub. I love it. Diet ate the other cola. That's a good name. Rylsey 1. Diet ate the other cola. Punches Babies. Somebody's name is Punches Babies. Narova, McPopman, Stony 253, Boner. Here's a great one. Boner Honk Farts. Somebody's name is Boner Honk Farts.
That's a great name, Boner Honk Farts.
You know, that's what I'm talking about when I say that the Newsboys it's a higher caliber of
Nobody in Self Suck Saturday would come up with that.
Nobody could. They're not those kind of people. The Smeg Magician, I think I got him. You guys, if I missed you, I sincerely apologize, but thank you so much for the subs.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Someone said Sirhan is pretty dope, by the way, at Zach.
Oh, thanks.
Sirhan was Zach's old band. And then when you uploaded when you uploaded all those Newsboys clips, somebody was saying that the song at the beginning was Sirhan. Is that true?
That is true. That's because when I did it in Apple, I use iMovie, and so for audio I needed a song and I didn't have the one you had. So I click audio, and the only files that were available to me were like those things. And I was like, it's just drums. It's fine.
That's awesome.
Hey, wait a minute. Bent Knob? You're posting my boy. You know, Dan Giesling came to my wedding. That's weird. Do you know that, or is that just weird? That's strange. Anyway. All right. I think we just missed a couple. Airbud's father, Keepi, thanks for the subs, guys. Appreciate you. I think Music Boys, we might do Music Boys tomorrow night. Music Boys is very much like, are we in the mood? And yeah, my band is on Spotify. Sirhan, Sirhan twice. Cool, dude.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll figure out what if we're doing something Tuesday, but thank you for watching. Thanks so much for donating. We're very excited to hit that first kind of benchmark with the movie, and we will show you guys stuff as soon as we have it. That's all I got.
Yeah,
Zach?
And we're gonna be putting like a bar up so we can keep track of our progress towards the movie, so everyone can see like where we're at. But that'll come soon. Yeah,
all
cool,
right, dude.
We
Good
rock.
talking to you, man.
Later, buddy. This was fun. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, man. Peace.